そういえばタオ、アンペルが言っていたぞ。タオに負けないよう学ばねばと。
余計なことを言わんでいい。
それは専門範囲が狭いだけで。とはいえちょっと嬉しいね。
Okay, let's try this again. Good. Numbing everyone. This is actually my third attempt trying this. The first one, it just didn't connect. The second one, my mic, like, had a moment and just decided not to play ball. I hope you're all doing well. Hello, YouTube. Today we're continuing on Ryza 3 with our 10th session. It's crazy we've got here. 10 playable characters and 10 sessions in. Here we are. Last time we finally saved Empo and Lilla and got them out of their jam. By doing so by breaking the rules that got Empo and Lilla imprisoned, but getting something within it that we could use to blackmail, make a deal with them to save the village whilst also freeing our friends. We're back here because when I second tried, we got a cutscene here and it just didn't happen. I've altered some of the costumes of a few characters as well, so just kind of vibe with it. Oh, this isn't the scene I got earlier, when I last tried it. Oh, okay. I got a scene with Tao and Patty earlier, last attempt. Frederica, is there something on your mind? It's nothing important, but... The problem in Sodonico has been solved, but because of that I have new feelings. New feelings? Yes. I've been thinking more and more that I want to create something out of glass. I've been busy with the troubles in town, so I haven't had time to do anything creative. Oh, that sounds great! I want to make something unusual that people wouldn't expect to be made out of glass. You're going to make something out of glass? Oh, that sounds wonderful! What do you mean? But what do you mean, something unusual? Can't think of anything good, but there's no shortage of things that just sit there and look pretty. I see. What about glass shoes? Not a decoration, but shoes that you can actually wear. That's impossible. They would break. And besides, it would hurt to wear them. How about a glass secret hideout? You could make it thick and sturdy so it wouldn't break. It wouldn't be a secret hideout if everyone could see through the glass. And besides, it would be too dangerous if it was made out of glass. How about an instrument? An instrument? That does seem rather unexpected. You could use it, and it wouldn't be dangerous. It might just work. A glass instrument sounds interesting, but there are so many different instruments. Then how about a flute? Doesn't have many strings, so you can make it all out of glass. The glass flute, thank you. I will use that idea. Great, I can't wait to see what you come up with. Let's see if I can get that other scene. It might be like many scenes that I haven't seen yet. Scenes that I've seen. Oh, here's the one that we got that I got on my last attempt at trying to stream this morning. Mr. Tao, is this what you were looking for? Oh, yeah, that's it. That's something I was wondering about. I think it ought to be in this book. This book covers a very wide range of subjects. It always helps me find answers for me. I'm surprised you knew what book I would need, though. I saw you open this book often, and I had a feeling this might be it. I see, you saved me, Patty, thanks. No, it was nothing really. Ryza. Wow, look at you two go. What do you mean? Oh, you poor thing. No, I'm used to it. Whilst we're here, I hope you're doing well as always. Sorry for like the kind of slapdash start. It's just it's not even like an internet trouble. It's just like this morning was the stream that like the world decided I wasn't allowed to have, and I just kept on pushing to have it anyway. But we're here. That's what matters. Oh, it needs to be 250. No, we're not reaching that. Yeah, we're super not reaching that. Oh well.
物理的に新しい島も発見したしな。
Is there any other secret scenes I should be wary of? Hang on. Okay, we're all good.
どこ行くんだ?
The other thing is that there was something in Sardonica. Yes.
なんだ?
ガラスや石のぶつかる音がすごいな。それだけ職人。
Hmm? Something sure smells good. Is it stew? Oh, I'm so hungry. Also, I've taken Lila's coat off and she looked great. I'm so hungry. Hey, Federica, you okay? Oh, Miss Ryza, Miss Lila. If you're talking about me, I'm fine. You don't look fine. You look pale. Did something happen? I had no idea why, but when I smell stew, I get a headache. It's just something wrong with my body. It hurts, but there's no need to worry. Does that mean that you hate stew so much that even the smell makes your head hurt? No, I actually like stew. So when I eat stew, I am troubled by the great conflict. I don't really understand, but it does sound like an ordeal. Yes, at any rate, I need to get away from here as fast as possible. Actually, I have another similar problem. I like cats, but when I touch a cat I can't stop sneezing and I get a rash. That's a terrible life to lead, Federica, I'm so sorry. Your allergies are a monster. Look how upset she looked. So even though I love cats, I can't go near them. Look how miserable she is. It's like, Federica's constitution. Sounds like a lot of work. Alright, back off to Namid. We got a plot to continue. I'll just get this while we're here. I mean, rude not to, really. Alright, let's see what's going on up here. Let's see if this... We're getting our 4th region. Everyone, beware of your surroundings. Last time we tried to open this door, something weird came out. Yes, it worked. That's a cool looking key. So this is the power of the key. This scent. Let's continue on. Yeah, be careful. Oh, you can see it. You could. That's a super big gate to the underworld. I guess it doesn't always apply to us. Oh, this is cool. It's like a... Wow, oh, this is actually kind of a cool arena for the gate. Like, it's not some tucked away little entrance or in like some like forgotten shrine. It's like, well, this is a forgotten shrine, but it's like celebrates. It's like an altar of it. Hey, look, that's... The gate's underworld. It occurs naturally. It's the largest I've seen yet. Lila, what is it? This is... Hey, what? Hey, Lila! Lila? No way. Everyone, we're going to follow her. Yeah, It's like, yeah, steady your courage. Paddy, you've never been in the underworld. Aww. It's like, you know, she can find her confidence when Tao's next to her. Meanwhile, for Drika, that's gonna be a bit of a yeah. These two have never been, so it's gonna be a bit more of a shake-up for them. I've decided. I'm coming with you. So Patsy had never been, so she needed like someone to kind of give her the nudge, and those two had never been, so they kind of needed to encourage each other a little bit. That's cute. That's a nice detail. Give me that solid side chair. Ooh, this doesn't look anything like the underworld of Ryza 1. It's a flower garden on this side as well. What in the world has gotten into Lilla? Uh-oh. We come in peace? We come in peace. What? We're surrounded! Flowers of Owl. I can't believe the white flowers beloved by the Oran bloom in such abundance here. Wait a second. This is the underworld, isn't it? Oh no, it can't be. Yeah, leave it. Everyone's here. Is this world finally starting to fucking recover? Is the underworld starting to recover from like... Because I think it was like the first game, like we took out the Queen. They're all Oran. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. The music's all kind of creepy again. Also, hey, one man, hope you're doing well. Welcome back, brethren, and welcome, people of the underworld. You are the head of the Oran? Right. Here we're the ones from the underworld. I am Carla Ideas, head of the Wave Tuner clan. This is the settlement of Windle, the land of prospects. I love her voice here. Wave Tuner. The Wave Tuner clan? The Elder Dragon Chasers really do exist. Do you even need ask? Do you need even ask, sorry. We are here now, right before you. Lilla, what's you going on about? Again with the dragons on this side as well. The Wave Tuner clan is a legend even amongst the Oran. It's said they traverse across any land no matter how dangerous chasing dragons. No, we do not chase dragons. We keep watch so that evildoers do not come in through the dragon's passage. Oh, hi. We're not evildoers, I promise. You know about the dragon's passage? You speak odd things. You people just came through there. What? Are you unaware? That is the very passage through which the ancient dragons travels the world. It is testament to the ancient dragons returning to your world, the home where dragons are destined to return. Dragons? Returning? With age, dragons gain the ability to transcend beyond heaven and earth, beyond all space and boundaries. And thus, as the years go by, dragons are bestowed the title of Ancient. The dragons are the Ancients? Their world is busy dragon burial ground? Fuck! And when they sense the end of their time, they shall return to their homeland, to your world, where they shall make their final resting place. Could it be that the giant dragon bones gathered in Dragonbone Valley were actually ancient dragons? The Buterus Aurum that we live in is neighbours with the world where the ancient dragons lay their weary rings to rest for the last time. Burial ground, think about it real quick. The ill-mannered ones of your world, repeatedly connecting a hole, replicating the passage to this land, is precisely a consequence of being neighbouring worlds. Oh, she has a cute face. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. Carla's kind of cute. It's like, I am the village leader of a group of dragon slayers. Oh, you're adorable. No, I am a dragon slayer. Why do Kamen Rider's World of Magic? Empel? The gate is merely a passage for dragons? A natural phenomenon? Capable of occurring at any point going forward? Then what have Lilla and I done? Our wish to close all gates and bring lasting peace to this land is... Empel, do not jump to conclusions. You seem to have some special circumstances. Why don't we sit down? You may come to my tent. It's original magic. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. The holy site of Erdis. Oh boy. oh fuck, this area is... Oh no, it's huge. Oh boy. But yeah, that makes sense. So there's actually an in-lore explanation for like the use of magic. Hey, are there any Delphi roses? So I can make a perfume? The music. Ooh, I like it. Orm's really small. Yeah, I gathered because like every other region, the clouds kind of lie. They kind of make out it's bigger than it is, but it's still like, oh, like it's like you're on the map and you're just like, oh dear God, here we go. Because like, there's only like 2 markers over here, but there's none over here, so this is probably all just dead air. You know, sort of thing. Mist of Oblivion vibes. Yeah, I can kind of hear that. Keep in mind, I'm not an Oblivion fan. For me, it sounds more like tragic fantasy, and I don't mean that's not a game title. It's just kind of like a vibe it gives. Like you feel like something horrible's happened here, and they've tried to recover, but now it's like in this weird middling post-apocalyptic state of trying to find its recovery. But like, I don't know. Like that's just kind of like the vibe I get. Yeah. Light-absorbing grass. Blue herb. I don't like Oblivion at all. I grew up with Morrowind, loved it to death, was super excited for Oblivion, got Oblivion, fucking hated it, never played it again. I'm so sorry, Oblivion fans, but I genuinely really did not vibe with that game. Oblivion is the reason why I didn't touch open world games for over a decade. It had that much of a negative impact on me. If I pay for it. If it gets remastered, I'll tell you what, if it gets remastered for PS4 and PS5, I'll do it. Sorry. No, it's always apologise. It's just I can't. Like if it comes on PS4 and PS5, like it gets like a full remaster, sure, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a fair shot. But genuinely, when it first came out, I was such a huge fan of Morrowind. I loved it so much. What, Oblivion? Do you mean as in like the PS3 backwards compatibility thing? I don't think Oblivion's got a PS4 version. Hang on, I gotta check. Hang on, give me 1 second. I got a PlayStation Store. Look this up. Yeah, it's okay. It's the PS3 through. It's not like an official like PS4 built version. It's just the PS3 version that you can stream, because all PS3 titles are stream and not actual installs. unfortunately. But unfortunately, yeah, sorry, I found it. But if games that are on the PS3 catalog, you physically can't live stream through the PlayStation system. It disables recording. So that's still not an option for me. Unfortunately. Or fortunately, because I think I would... And I think I would end up annoying people. If I end up feeling around the same about it if I did before, I think I'd just annoy people who really love it when they watch me just get frustrated at it again. Because I genuinely really didn't like it when I played it. It's very rare for me to just straight up not like a game, and that was really that was one of my bigger ones. And I know I kind of set myself up for disappointment because I genuinely loved Morrowind. Can't got me into it, yeah. Well, Oblivion's just a different take on it, but it genuinely gave me such a negative feeling towards it that anytime any game said anything even remotely close to open world, I swerved it. Even if it was from a franchise I loved, I fucking swerved it. The game that broke me back into open worlds and was more prepared to give it a shot was not until Witcher 3. And even then, I never finished Witcher 3, because I didn't enjoy it that much. I just enjoyed it enough to give open world games another chance again. And then afterwards, it was Final Fantasy 15, which really broke me in. But that's just because Final Fantasy 15 had a good story. The actual open world stuff of it, in hindsight, isn't that good, because there's a lot of open, empty land. The underworld of Aurum. ARPGs are like, fair enough. My bad. It's not the time to be saying things like this. Copy from PS Plus, fair. What are you talking about? You finally had your coveted underworld. Wait, let me read that again. What are you talking about? You're finally in your coveted underworld. Aurum. It has a good ring to it. Witcher 3 copy it. Because I enjoyed Witcher 3, but that game, what stopped me finishing it is that the game is kind of overwhelming. For me, I found it very overwhelming after a while. Like, the opening tutorial's fine, the first area's pretty fun, but when you get to, the second main zone, there's just so fucking much shit to do outside the main plot. Like, the map is so covered in side quests, or specialized hunts, or, so much shit to do that it just kind of got tiring. Because all of these unique hunts have their own unique mini-stories that have their own unique rewards that you want to do because you might get better weaponry and gear to help you get further in other stuff, so on and so forth. And it just got so tiring after a while. I just eventually just kind of lost interest. What also doesn't help is that the gameplay is fine. The actual core gameplay when you're in combat is alright, but it's not brilliant. It's good enough to get the pass, but it's not breaking any molds, I think it's the best way to put it. It's alright to get you from A to B, but it doesn't mean it's perfect. It doesn't mean it's not got problems. The horse riding's fine, and magic's fine. It's actual sword combat. It feels very... It doesn't feel like every button you press does exactly what you want it to do. Sometimes it feels like you just kind of press buttons and hope Geralt does the action you were intending. And I think when I played it, it was before either of the major expansions, so I don't know if the actual core gameplay loop and gameplay structure got updates or reworks or whatever. Nor have I played the next gen ports to know if anything changed with them as well. So all of my problems and what little things I had with it might have been streamlined or just better worked through updates. But Witcher 3, it was one of those games I did genuinely enjoy, I just burned out of because there was just way too much shit going on. Aside from the gate, I'm glad there are this many Oran people left. The sanctuary is somewhere under the sky. Somewhere under the sky, huh? Oh, Ryza. I couldn't help but look for it too. I wonder where you are now, Fee. For burning through things. No, the difference is, I burnt out a Witcher 3 just playing the game. It wasn't me trying to 100% it. It wasn't me trying to, chase down every single end. It wasn't me trying to grind it out or anything like that. It was literally just trying to play through the game. You'd get to a new map and you'd see like a million fucking dots appear on the map of like things to do, and all of them are mini stories that are interesting on their own and have like different choices that can lead to slightly different altering events. And you had the main story in the background to worry about. You just got so lost in the chaos of the video game, of there's just being too much shit going on, that I just burnt out trying to play it. I didn't want to play it anymore. And eventually it was like, oh, I'll play it tomorrow instead. And then the next day would come, and I'd go like, oh, I'll play it the next day. And the gap between me wanting to go back to it just got bigger and bigger, until eventually I was just like, no, I don't want to play this anymore. Richard Free Light in Assassin's Creed. But then, funnily enough, I never got overwhelmed in Assassin's Creed games. I haven't played the newer ones, so I don't know how much that changed. But, like, never once did I feel overwhelmed in, like, Black Flag, for example. What are you talking about? Yeah. And, like, Black Flag, that game, absolutely, with all the islands, can be a bit much to kind of take a step back and go, how much have I got to do? But I think what like the earlier Assassin's Creeds did right is that they paced it better. Like, there was still a shit ton to do, but it wasn't all at once. Whilst Witcher 3, and the newer ones, whilst Witcher 3, it felt like you entered a new region and everything was on the map, and you're just like, huh? You know? So I'm going to drink Valhalla in its story. Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't really like the new RPG-focused Assassin's Creeds. I preferred them when they were, like, more assassin-y focused, you know, assassin games. Where they were stealthy focused. Like, you had the collectathon side of it, sure, because that's just Ubisoft's MO. They can't help themselves. But I kind of just, you know, liked not worrying about all the stats and whatnot. All I needed to know is that if I got this new sword, if the game told me it's better than the old one, it'd be better than the old one. That's as far as the stats needed to be. Like, there are some games I love stats and numbers, and there's some franchises that desperately don't need it, and Assassin's Creed was absolutely one that didn't need it, in my opinion. You are now Fee. What are you doing? Let's go. Yes, right away. Let's go, sis. Yeah. Aww. Yeah, you miss Fee. I miss Ryza 2 as well. I'm kidding. I love this game. Trophy list. For what game? This game? Because if that's the case, then no. The only trophies I looked at are ones that aren't story. Because I've learned with the Atelier games that, like, the first 10 trophies are all story. After that is you can just kind of glance through. Yeah, this game. Yeah, no, all the story trophies, no, I haven't looked at any of them, so I have no idea what's coming. Because I knew, like, the first 10 to 15 trophies would be all spoilery. I did look at the rest, though, just to kind of get a good idea of what to expect. Like, in terms of, like, the grind. And so outside of that one RNG one... Oh, the Felucia is still about then, huh? Okay. Outside of that one RNG one, the list looks pretty alright. Like, it doesn't look like it'll be too bad. Oh, was it literally just, like, spoil the magic of this story arc, then? Sort of thing. The only thing I know about the story I haven't experienced yet, or like what I've yet to experience, is that there seems to be a very mixed reaction towards this game's ending. And obviously I'll make my own judgment when I hear it, and I don't want to know what it is until I experience it myself. But there's a lot of people that seem very, like, well, yeah, mixed. Some people like it, some people really don't. Okay, there's a character quest and main quest over there. Can we just go out of the gate? I kind of want to go explore the land. It's a new region, of course I want to go explore the land. But honestly, going back to the talk about, like, open world games and whatnot, if you want to get me to try out an open environment game, don't make it open world, make it open zone. Make it so instead of it being one giant open map, like several big open maps instead. Instead of making one gargantuan one, make several decent sized ones. So then you can still litter it with loads of content. Basically what Sonic Frontiers and this game are doing. Trophies and RNGs, alchemy related, you need certain levels of rarity, and some keys to go to landmarks and boss battles. Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah, that sounds like That sounds like I'll be waiting for an extremely detailed guide. I know it's RNG anyway, so it's only so much a guide will help, but you know what I mean, like wait for an extremely detailed guide on what's your best odds, and then just grind it out. I'll probably like just do it during like a podcast. A lot of my trophy grinding, when I have the spare time, I usually have like a podcast on in the background. And so I can just kind of do it a little, like, mindless. I might have taught you by paying for you to play AC Valhalla. Don't! No! I mean, thank you, I'd thank you for the money, but don't fucking do it! Please! My Patreon isn't there to be used as a torture tool. That's like the biggest risk. When I set up my like the Patreon goals and whatnot, when I made one, hey, you can just pay for me to play a game, I was just like in the back of my mind, I was like, this is so dangerous. This is gonna bite me in the ass one day if I take off. Someone's gonna pay me to play like a really shit game. An open world as opposed to being a roguelike. Yeah, because I know it's got that roguelike bonus mode, but it's not a real roguelike. It's like an infinite progress, which is like the thing that kills roguelikes, is that it shouldn't be infinite progress. It should have an end goal. Because then that's the addiction of trying to get, trying to reach the end. Oh, is this a new battle theme? Is that a guitar? Did they remember the guitar exists in this game? Please? Okay, this is a nicer track. Sorry, but yeah. Honestly, I should like. I know it will like make people even less incentivized to do it on my Patreon than already. But I should probably put like an extended rule and like on like the £50 one and say that I have the right to request you change your choice or some shit. Because if someone's like, if someone puts in like does like the highest donation on my Patreon and it's like play Gun Gals, I'm sending the money back. I'm not, you know. Like, I think actually I say that. I think I have that on the list. It said don't request a game that I won't be able to stream or could get me in trouble with YouTube. So don't make me play like overly perverted or sexy games sort of thing, because that could get me in trouble with YouTube. Because it has done in the past. Data Live got me in so much fucking trouble with YouTube. It's why when you look at the playlist for it, some of the videos are like really slapdash and weirdly handled, and some of them aren't live streams. They're like recaps, and like one of them is like a 6-minute video. Because YouTube was out for my guts in that with that one. You got lucky. In first Data Live game, the entire origami stream died. It didn't go for it because, you know, she strips in front of you at one point, and at one point when you're doing like the sports thing, like her ass is like in the middle of the screen. YouTube wasn't happy with either of them and took the whole stream down. Kurumi got me in trouble, but I managed to resolve most of it. Yoshino got me in trouble for one scene in the swimming pool. I was like, yeah, fucking thanks. And then the second game, I was far more cautious and would cover the screen if something was a bit off, but even then, the entire origami stream didn't survive, because every single CG in that one had something that YouTube didn't like. And so I just became far more cautious. So I only took down the thumbnail. Yeah, the only thing I've lost outside of Data Live is back when I did Let's Plays, there was a good chunk of Neptunia V2 thumbnails, because let's be real, some of the CGs in that game are a bit risque. There were a couple of those that I used as thumbnails that didn't stay. The one where Nepgear, Big Nep, and Uzume are in the bath together, that I made that a thumbnail, that did not fucking stay. And the one where it's... Is it Capcom show? It's Sisha, where she's like all locked up in prison and her clothes are all torn. I had that be a thumbnail. YouTube was not too keen on that one either. With Valhalla is that they had the audacity to give up being about history. Yeah, that was like the thing that always kept me going with Assassin's Creed. Even the ones I wasn't as big a fan of, is that even if they obviously took liberties because it's a video game and they have their own video gamey story, they had some of it in reference or in connection to like genuine history. Like I loved meeting Leonardo in the Ezio trilogy. I like the fact that you could talk to, was it like Benjamin Franklin in Syndicate? Although into mythology. And the thing is, going into mythology would have been fine if it was still like based on some form of truth. I think that's my thing with Assassin's Creed. It's at its best when it's like twisting truth a little bit, but there's still some of it in there. Like, have your fun, have your weird, like, Matrix bullshit that was going on in, like, the earlier games, like, with, like, you know, with, like, the Animus or whatever the fuck it was called. You can know what it goes. But it's, like, having it's, like, but just going into, like, full JRPG godhood bullshit. Literally RPG bullshit. And I'm like, no, that's not Assassin's Creed. It's why I'm so cautiously hopeful for the new Assassin's Creed, where like all of the advertising's been hard pushing that they want it to be like a back to basics, like back to square one kind of Assassin's Creed game. And I'm like, yes, that's exactly what the franchise kind of needs. It's just whether we will get it. Yeah. Because I remember like when what was the first one of like the new era? Was it Origins? I think it was Origins. Like the first one after Syndicate, that's why I call like the new era, where it's like making them a bit like more RPG based. Like I remember seeing like a trailer for that, and when I saw like all like some of the mechanics and RPG stuff they were putting in, just going nah pass, because it felt like it wasn't Assassin's Creed anyway. But then after it came out, there are people that really like it, and like more power to them. But everything I saw on it didn't look like it was for me. Because it was Origins, Odyssey, and then Valhalla, I think. You can tell I stopped paying attention to the series a while ago. Fair enough. I think for me it was just like, it didn't feel like Assassin's Creed enough for me anymore. Like, it's one of those things that's like, it's not even a matter of like expectations or anything. It's just what I went to Assassin's Creed for wasn't what it was anymore. You know? Like, I like it being stealthy, sneaky missions. I like, you know, the ongoing plot being, you know, pieced together by your assassinations, and like having set targets or like a journey of the character's life whilst having glimmers of history steeped into it, and it just didn't feel like that anymore. Well, yeah, which is a shame because like Unity, its ideas and what it was trying to be, if the game just fucking works at launch, could have genuinely been like the second coming of the franchise, because there was already like a dip in interest because Assassin's Creed 3 wasn't well received. Well, it was well received enough, but people were disappointed by it as a whole compared to the Ezio trilogy. But then equally, the Ezio trilogy is extremely hard to top. Even if I think Revelations it like isn't as good as the other two, and I know it's just my personal opinion, and a lot of people disagree with it, I still like all of the Ezio trilogy really well. It was Syndicate's Doozy was goated. Yeah, I know. The thing I always heard about Syndicate is that it kind of played itself too safe. Like, it didn't really take any big like risks or like change it up too much. They just kind of did what was like popular at the time a little bit with like the grappling hook and shit, and then just kind of that was it. 1.2. Oh. So I've never played Syndicate, so you could tell me anything and I'd be like, oh really? You know? Who was the one I gave like the huge health recovery, Angelica? It was you, wasn't it? Because they locked it behind DLC. Oh, but what about the main game then? That's what I was asking about. So I remember people being kind of like, not like disliking towards Syndicate, but kind of indifferent to Syndicate when it came out. Like, it wasn't that people didn't like it, it's just people kind of weren't making a fuss about it. They're like, yeah, it was a thing. Did a wicked job with Jack the Ripper. Oh, fair enough. Did she just fucking judgment cut it? She literally just judgment cut it. I saw that. I don't think I didn't. Cloak and Dagger. Symbol of Omnipotence, extra large, AP boost, all stats up, M, skill charge. What the fuck? That's an insane key we just got. What the fuck? That's an amazing key, what the hell? So before we advance the plot, we are going to kind of like just check out the scenery like we don't do with every area. So it might be like a couple hours yet before we actually start doing plot again.
少しでも早くお前らに追いつかねえとな。
ね
問題ない。
どこに行くのさ
The holy site of Erdis. But you at least watch the full gameplay Jack the Ripper. Yeah, that you can convince me to do. To sit down and watch something, you can convince me to do. Right, what was that? Yeah, this fucking key. Look at this. Who could? You had Onslaught, which is just an attack boost, so you probably should go to this. Okay, anyway, but please watch full playthrough at the Ripper as AC's best DLC. But then that's not the first time I feel like Assassin's Creed's been in a situation where like the main game was like, not that it was hated, but just not on like the same level as some other content. But then like a piece of DLC came out that was like godly. Like I remember people really loving the DLC for Assassin's Creed 3. Who has less defense of the two? You do. Yeah, I'll let you have that. And I'll let you have the Omnipotence M. So yeah, class is the main game, yeah. Oh, I think it was Assassin's Creed 3. I might be wrong on that, but I remember that one, like, people really liked the DLC for that. You gotta keep in mind that Assassin's Creed 3, of the Assassin's Creeds I've played, which is all of them up into Black Flag, Assassin's Creed 3 was the one I enjoyed the least. That game just kind of bored me. Like, the game itself was fine, the systems were fine, but the game itself just kind of bored the shit out of me. So I don't commit a lot of it to memory, because it just was like, once I was done with it, I was like, alright, that was a game. Oh, I imagine a lot of this is going to be blocked off until we do advanced plot, yeah. I'm going to heavily disagree with you. Assassin's Creed 3, every single antagonist gets killed the exact same way. They get the jump on Connor, but they don't pay attention to the fact there's a blade in his wrist. Connor gets one lucky stab for a quick time event. There you go, you beat the villain. Even his dad. I was like, oh, great, fucking fantastic. So happy we did this. The map was way too big. Like, the forest bored the shit out of me. The little tree jumping gimmick was not enough to sell it for me. I know there are defenders and people that love AC3, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not trying to detract that. I'm just saying, of all the ones I've played, it was the one that I'm never playing again. Because it just bored the crap out of me. But then I'm also the guy who hates Oblivion, so I'm used to people not liking some of my takes. But on the flip side, I really loved Black Flag. Like, and I don't know how much of it was because I didn't enjoy 3. Well, mechanically. Yeah, 2's absolutely dated in reflection, I will give you that. Some of its systems really give away its fucking age. You play base 2 and you're like, man, yeah, this game, woo! Especially when you get to Venice. Especially when you get to Venice. The game, like, the map's almost too big for all of its mechanics to work properly in a weird way. I don't know how to explain it. Like, even on PS4, like, when you get to, like the last big area of AC2, it's like suddenly the game stops working properly. Like, it's relatively consistent all the way through. You get there, and suddenly it's, like, unstable. And you're like, ooh, why am I not coming this building properly? But that being said, I still prefer AC2 over Brotherhood, and like a lot of people want to shoot me for that. A lot of people tell me Brotherhood's the best game in the of the Ezio trilogy, absolutely, like one of the best games ever, no questions asked. And I was like, yeah, I liked it, I really liked it. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of prefer 2. Even from a distance, but from up close, it's even more impressive. All right. Yeah, I know a lot of people, don't get me wrong, Assassin's Creed did well off the rip, but I know a lot of people got into it through Brotherhood. Like, Brotherhood was their gateway game, and I know that's a big reason why a lot of people's favourites. In the same way, I know that I even know people in real life whose first Assassin's Creed was Revelations, and it's their favourite one. And it's like, I get it, whatever one you happen to play first tends to be, like, your favourite go-to. But for me, although, and I know it's going to sound like I'm being really brutal on it, but I promise you, I still really, really loved and enjoyed Revelations for what it was doing. I just didn't like it as much as Brotherhood. And I didn't like Brotherhood as much as I did 2. Like, for me, it was just a smidge of, like, ever so slight diminishing returns in each one, where it's just, I still really enjoyed them, I enjoyed what they were doing, I enjoyed what they were going for. Condensing Brotherhood into one map, I genuinely thought was a good idea, because it kind of kept it more contained. And the fact there was only 10 feathers to collect instead of 100 was really appreciated, thanks, Ubisoft. But, I mean, I don't know, like, when I got to Revelations, it just didn't click with me in the same way, which is a shame, because I loved older Ezio. Seeing this, because I love seeing Ezio grow older throughout the games anyway, but seeing him be much older in Revelations and be like a wise older man was super cool to me. The hook blade was genuinely pretty fun. It was kind of gimmicky, but I loved using that fucking thing, especially when you're going from rooftop to rooftop. That's the worst. Yeah, no, from the worst one I've played to the best, as I keep in mind it caps at Black Flag, my worst one is 3, then it's Revelations, then it's 1, then it's Brotherhood, then it's Black Flag, and then it's 2. And I know, like I said, it's going to be people watching this in post that just go, this motherfucker, but that's just kind of how I felt from it, from those games. Good for me. And that's fair, I get it, it's more of a pirate game than an Assassin's Creed game, but I fucking loved it. I was absolutely, like, hunting down every single sea shanty, so when I'm exploring the ocean, I can have everyone go, yar, har, diggly-dee, being a pirate is, you know? What, no, like, my life to be, you know? Like, I love doing all that shit. The only part of Black Flag I wasn't a big fan of was being outside of Black Flag. Like, the real world shit in 4 I thought was, like, the weakest. Like, don't get me wrong, in 1 you do, like, nothing. You just get up from the chair every now and then, talk to people, then get back in the chair. 2, you at least had, like, one scripted fight sequence halfway through. Brotherhood, you got to play Assassin's Creed outside of the main game for once. You actually got to do a bit of platforming. Revelations is all that Dream Matrix first-person shit. 3, you actually had like a little hub space to kind of fuck around and run with, which was kind of fun. 4 is just this first person, walk up to a computer, will you, bitch? Like, you know, like, it was kind of like, 4 was kind of weird. And I got lost once. I remember my blind playthrough, I started waddling around and I genuinely got lost. And I was like, how do I get back to the Animus? And that's fair enough. Also, I kind of like Ryza's, like, face here. She looks really cute from this angle. Like, the wide-eyed, like, almost, like, looking up, like, please, sir. It's like the tower has no entrance. That being said, despite, like, the weird first-person Matrix bullshit the Revelations had going on for it, I genuinely kind of liked it. Like, especially when you got, like, enough of the collectibles in the main game that you could unlock those, like, puzzle platform first-person things. And they weren't really puzzle platformers, it was walk on things when the game says so, and pick up things along the way. Like, I did all of that, and I also did the DLC. You know, you have to do the complete loop, and then on the second run, when you got the collectibles, you're, like, halfway through it, you have to take, like, a splitting path. Like, that isn't vastly outclassed. Dude, you're trying to pick a fight with someone who doesn't care. Like, I just loved Black Flag. There's no two way about it. I just enjoyed it. It made, like, I enjoyed actually collecting everything in it, which even my favorite AC2 wasn't that fun to collect everything on it because of how much shit there was. I really fucking loved being out on the water in the ship and upgrading it and hunting down the, like, the legendary ships, like the ghost ship and whatnot. I just really enjoyed it. Like, you can tell me, like, all you want. I know that's not your intent, I'm just saying that you can tell me all you want that there's things that you like from the other ones and that you don't like everything from Black Flag. I love Black Flag anyway. You know? That's just the bottom line. I loved Edward Kenway. I thought he was such a cheeky little shit. I loved him. We need more cheeky little shit protagonists. Alright? Yeah. Anyway, but of course, as Ryza said, this was built to be seen from a distance. In this world, there are no cities or towns like in your world. We only have small villages built by clans. Oh, I see. So some travelers with no familiarity with the land may not even notice the presence of the villages. We call those two. Yeah. That is why these things exist. There are clan villages around this tower. Because that was the thing. I found Connor at times He was fun and interesting, but more often than not, it felt like they were trying too hard to make him different from Ezio. To such an extent, they just made him not interesting. There are some parts in the game where, Jesus Christ, I just wanted Connor to stop talking. He was like, I have to stop my father. It's like, okay, cool, great. Anything else going on today? Anything else going this time of the week? Okay, nice. Key characters. Yes, I haven't played them, so I can't speak for them. So, when villagers visit other clans, they use it as a sign and feel a little safer. Sounds interesting, like treasure hunting. The hottest take of Assassin's Creed that I do get, like, a lot of raised eyebrows from is that I do think Altair is a smidge overrated as a protagonist. He was alright, but he was also kind of vanilla. You know, especially in AC1, he just does what he's told. It is an AC prototype, he was vastly outclassed by Haytham. I think even without Haytham, Connor wasn't that interesting personally. That's just me, though. I liked the tribal stuff, because I like that you got a different perspective. Because it's always nice to get something that's not just, you know, the hero of his town sort of shit. Like, you know, it was nice to see a very different perspective. And I loved, like, the cultural teaching that you could get out of the game through it, with some of its referential material, or some of the stuff like that. But Connor himself, the coolest thing about him was the costume. Everything else just wasn't that interesting. For me, personally. Anyway, when you look closely, this tower is full of cracks. Is that safe? Well, it must be made of common ore, so if it's neglected, it will collapse naturally. The huge thing will collapse? You didn't start off as Haytham. Yeah. To be fair, I liked... What didn't help it, to be fair, I think, go off your point. Those opening chapters when you're playing as Haytham has so much fucking personality. And I think that really didn't help. And if it's, I get what they were trying to go for, and every time you do this, you always run the risk. They wanted you to like Haytham. They really wanted you to like him. So when he became the villain, it felt more of like a personal betrayal. Or maybe you'd question his reasoning more. You know? Like, there'd be things about him or how he is that you would question or debate with yourself more. Because you cared for him as a character, or liked him as a character. The problem is that you still got to make the actual main character likable. and they didn't. They fell into the Metal Gear Solid 2 trap, where everyone wanted to play a Snake still, but then you got given fucking Raiden. Over here, we'll reinforce some critical parts. Yes, it's made of common ore, so let's gather the material. Oh, did we just, like, start a quest rolling over here? I was just thinking. Do you remember the nursery rhyme that was passed down in our village? The one that goes Devil's Fields to the west, Dragon's Castle to the east? Of course, how could I forget? What about it? Getting the coat of Empel makes this dude look de-aged by about 10 years. Is it me? Like, this guy suddenly looks like 10 years younger without the coat. This is why I said he needed a new costume. You take the coat off, suddenly he looks like a younger man now. He doesn't look like he's in his fucking 50s anymore. Yes, the gates in the underworld is the Dragon's Passage. That is, the pathway from the dragon across the world, right? To AC Project, but he's also nowhere near as bad as people think he is. I mean, and that's fair enough. For me personally, but to be fair, if I don't like the game as a whole, it's gonna be harder for you to sell me on its characters, you know? And I didn't really care for AC3 as a whole anyway, so Connor was on a huge fucking uphill battle. Ivor is... which one's Ivor? Is that the newish one? Is that free? But what didn't help, and Assassin's Creed had this trend for a while. Anytime they changed engine, the very first Assassin's Creed you got launched glitchy, and they had to fix all that first. Assassin's Creed 3 changed engine, launched glitchy, and it had to get patched and fixed up. Unity was on a new engine. Everyone fucking knows how much of a mess that game came out at launch. I don't know if they finally got over that problem with Origins, but it was yet another thing that kind of made me hesitant to approach Origins, because I was like, oh, it's on a new engine again. Uh-oh. Valhalla, yeah. Is he Protect, not gonna lie. I don't know who that is either. Yeah, my knowledge ends at Black Flag. Right? I was thinking, could the meteor castle on Kirkland Island be it? You don't see dragons that big very often in the world we live in. Origins. Oh, fair enough. Yes, we do see small and medium-sized dragons, but it's rare to see one that big. I heard that it was summoned, but from where? I was a little curious about that. Are you saying the dragon summoning device itself is actually a type of passage? I don't think it's possible to summon without a gate. Do I sound a little crazy? Well, there's one way of looking at it. The summoning device emits waves to call out specific monsters to summon monsters within the range. It wouldn't be surprising if the waves reached a dragon in a neighbouring world, that is, the underworld, and summoned it. If it's Assassin's Creed couldn't DLC and be trying to rip it. Yeah, you love that. Okay, good to know. That would mean that the summoning device is temporarily creating a gate to summon the subject. Wouldn't that be an extraordinary technology? Yes. Nevertheless, the fact that humans can artificially create a gate is quite something. I wouldn't be surprised by anything at this point. But I'm amazed at the flexibility of your ideas. I never would have thought that the passage and the summoning device were the same things. Uh-oh, Ryza, don't let it get to your head. But if that were true, it's a horrible story for the dragon. Oh, and yeah, Jack is somehow an assassin, and it's just amazing. Yeah, that sounds absurd, considering who Jack the Ripper is, IRL. It would be forced to be recalled to the land where it finally rested its old wings to fight. But sometimes absurdity is like the best medicine. Sometimes it's like the absurdity of it makes it fun. It seems that the summoning device must be destroyed, so that it will never be activated ever again. I agree, it's unforgivable to disturb the final rest of an old dragon. Explains why in the very beginning. Yeah, I'm sure it will. I'm just saying the concept sounds absurd, but sometimes absurdism's great. Oh, okay, yeah, we're doing this shit again, huh? Like, what's the point of all these clouds then if the map stops there, huh? Fucking goddammit. I think that's genuinely like one of the biggest things that kind of bugs me a little bit. When they inevitably do this open map approach again, don't have the clouds cover so much of like dead space. Make it actually only cover what's actually important. I imagine when they next do it, the maps will be bigger anyway because they'll be more comfortable. And I also imagine, call it a hunch, they're going to start moving away from old gen by the time the next saga comes around. Because I've said it before, I don't think the next saga is going to be straight away. I think we're going to get like returns to older sagas and other spin-offs first. So it'll probably be like 2, maybe 3 years. By the time it's then, there'll be no reason for them to go back to last gen, because like it'll be another 2 or 3 years into the PS5 and Xbox Series X. I think when that happens and the next saga starts, if they do open maps again, the maps will be way bigger. Anyway, the reason no one can catch Jack is him being an assassin and the assassin's being hidden, and if Jack gets caught, the assassin's got destroyed. That sounds crazy. But I'm just seeing my band, I'm like, this man like gutted women. It's like, you want me to be like, yes, he was actually secretly an assassin working for the good guys. You know, that's what I mean. If he did this, it should hold for a while. I spent like 3 months in like history studying that motherfucker for an exam. Impressive. I had no idea you could fix things like this. Well, not exactly fixing. We just reinforced the parts that were cracked or looked fragile. If I could, I'd rebuild this, but how come we can't fix everything? Which I do, actually. Well, I couldn't build it or bring it here. That's a pity. It would look much better if we rebuilt it. Don't be upset. And equally with Lilla, taking the coat off Lilla makes her look younger. That's the trick. I can't stress enough. Emperor and Lilla should have got a new costume in this game. It protected the signposts for those who travelled this land. You should be proud of that. Okay, so that's gated off, but we can try and see where else we can go. Oh, I didn't even spot this treasure chest. Packing bricks, so yeah. But that's like going back to my point. I said it before that the CEO of Gust has said that the Atelier franchise, starting with Ryza 1, he wants it to kind of lean a little more away from fan service because he wants it to be able to lean into other stuff. and people kicked up a huge fuss about it, but I found it absurd considering, like, they've been moving away from it since Ryza 1, but characters like Lilla still exist, so, like, people are, like, really overreacting, you know? There's still going to be characters that kind of look like Lilla in future sagas, you know? You know, like, they wouldn't have said that in Ryza 1, and then made Ryza's Fai's thicker every game, you know? Just because they're getting rid of, like, your overly anime bikini scenes or the hot spring scenes doesn't suddenly mean they're getting rid of, like, the characters looking hot, you know? Good, it's just visual presentation, but also the music. Yeah, the music can win me over into anything, to be fair, so I'll give you that. And to be honest, like, my first thought when I think of the Atelier franchise isn't hot or sexy, it's cute. And cute and comforting. And I know a lot of it's because I started with Sophie 1, and Sophie's the epitome of a cute and comforting character. Like, she's literally like soul food the character. You just hang out with her and you just feel good about yourself, you know? Yeah, it's just like the heavy shit they don't want to do anymore, and I think that's fair enough. You know what I mean, like heavy shit, like the more like in your face blunt, like, oh no, there's a hot spring scene. That shit they don't want to do anymore. Yeah. But they're still going to be like, if they meant it the way people were fear-mongering they meant it, Ryza's thighs would have become sticks in Ryza 2. But no, they became like 60% thicker, and then they became another 20% thicker in this game. Someone actually did the maths, like her thighs are actually that much bigger percentage-wise. And just Ryza's thighs only became as thick as they were because the artist for Ryza always draws thick thighs on all the characters. They did the newest artwork for Hatsune Miku, and Miku's like all thicked up on the thighs in that artwork, and it's the same. And it's like, oh wow, it's the same artist. Who would have thought? So it was more of just like an artist choice than a fan service one. And the point is the fact that like every single person, like in like the story writing and whatnot, was surprised that people found Ryza sexy. They wanted them people to find her cute. I don't know what defines yeah. But like Sophie 1 is the perfect example of what I mean. That game is so goddamn cute. Like if you really want to like stretch and try and look for fan service, maybe Leon, because of her clothing, like having like the boob window, but that's it. Like the only mysterious game that kind of went a little on the fan service is just like how half the cast in Sophie 2 have booba, and like that's it. Or like how Perker is like super fucking perky, shall we say? Like if that's shall we say? Tess, yeah, Tess is kind of it's literally dressed up like a Playboy magazine girl. But Tess is like the one-off side character, so I don't know. There's no main characters. And Furious is like, Atelier Furious is leaning on that sisterly vibe so much. Even though like Leonie, Jesus Christ, she needs to calm it down a little bit. but it's more of like a sisterly vibe than any kind of sexy vibe. And Liddy and Suli was just funny. Like those, they're charming, but I found them more funny as fuck. Like, I genuinely think Suli's like one of the most charmingly hilarious protagonists I've experienced in the Atelier series so far. I don't know, I love Liddy as well, but Suli just made me giggle so fucking much because she's just such a blunt idiot. Like she's got a good heart, but she's such a fucking idiot in the best way possible. I don't really know where it goes. Well, they might not be related, but they're adopted siblings, and they still have that sibling vibe. It's just Leonie, it's like, holy shit, like she really fucking loves Furious, you know? That said, if like the group Hopium that I was talking about last stream, that like a lot of the community seem to have, that this game's a test run for a potential Furious 2, I'd be down for that, because I'd love to see more Furious and Leonie antics. As I said before, like, I think, like, I said it last stream, but genuinely, I think they could genuinely get the best Atelier game by using Sophie 2's gameplay, doing Furious 1's ideas but better realized, with Ryza 3's kind of map design. Like, if they do it right, they could have such a fucking dream team combo there. Shit, anyway. Well, no, for me, it's like... It's not a matter of, like, game design and things like that. It's just, that's just my personal me-isms kicking in. That I just don't vibe with it personally. I'm not into those kind of story arcs regardless. Adopted siblings or no. Or, like real siblings or adopted siblings. Like, that shit is just like, no, if you're connected by, like, inherited family, I just don't vibe with it personally. I know it's just, like, you know, fictional, it's fiction, so whatever. It's just for me personally, I just don't vibe with it. I think for me, to be fair, I think it's because I do have an adopted sister, that for me it's like, no, that it just feels weird. Because my family, my family's all over the place. I'm technically the youngest of 4, but I've always counted it 5 because my sister's best friend, Mel, is very much like a part of our family. Like, she was adopted into our family, so like she is my sister as well. And so because I've always seen Mel as my sister, I guess it just kind of carries over to like fiction. Like, it just comes across weird to me. Oh yeah, of course, like I can absolutely, you know, separate fiction from reality. It's just for me personally, I don't vibe with it, fiction or not. That's all. Yeah, the level of attachment Leonie has for Furious goes far beyond sibling. That's absolutely true. Like holy shit, Leonie, like take a, like it is cute, but it's also kind of terrifying because I feel like if anyone else, any boy or girl showed even the slightest sign of having a crush on Furious, they would just happen to disappear, if you catch my drift, you know? Like, they would just kind of happen to not be a part of Furious's life, assuming they're even still alive anymore. Like, I don't get full yandere vibes, but fucking close enough. You know? Yeah, I think there's a shipment though. No. Like, Sophie I ship with Clutchter. Liddy I kind of... Oh, it's a cousin though, so I kind of ship with her cousin, but Suli I absolutely ship with Matthias because I love those two's banter. I love how much he bullies Matthias, and then how much like Matthias starts throwing it back at her as the game goes on. Like, I absolutely ship those two. I think they're charming as hell. Canada's out there. Yeah. Yes, her best friend. They even kind of imply has a thing for Furious and Liddy and Suli. The rival. It's like, hey, what's that old meme saying that people say? It's like, hey, if they're rivals for like for so many years, that like you love them really. Yeah, Elmira. Sorry, her name slipped my mind for a split second, so I'm glad you said it. I knew exactly who you meant, but it's like just for that split second, her name slipped my mind. Oh, we're at level 5. Let's see, assuming we don't kill this thing in this turn, if we can see what Lilla's Fatal Drive is. Like, you know, first. Well, I didn't vibe with her in Furious because it was like she'd just kind of show up, like get annoyed at Furious and then vanish. It was only like after the time limit shit, like we actually like got her to join the party properly, and especially after like, because there was that point where like Furious and Elmira had their little scuffle, and like they stopped talking to each other for a while, and then they both brought each other a gift at the same time to try and make up. It was around that time that I started really growing attached to Elmira. It was like, actually no, this girl actually does give a shit. I like that Lilla's victory animation is her old level up animation. That's a nice nod to the past. Sorry about that, my headset just disconnected. My headset's old as fuck, that I use for my audio. So you might have just heard the game audio, because my headset completely disconnected, so the game audio is coming out of my TV. My headset's old as fuck, so I think I do need to actually just get a new thing just for my ears at some point. What didn't help is, during yesterday's stream, there was a point where I stretched out to get a water bottle, and I, like, pulled the wire, and it's been funky since. Like, you didn't notice it in the stream. I didn't notice it or anything in the stream, thankfully. But it has been funky since. Like, with, like, audio on my end, or, like, sometimes disconnecting. So I think I do need to replace it soon. I think I, like, I pulled it once too many times. She's going, yeah. What also really helped is her taking the mentor role in, Lydian Suli. Like, it really suited her, because you still got to see, like, the quirky dork that she is through it, you know? Because that's what she is. She might be like a bit of a posh princess-esque character, but she's also a complete dork. And I mean that in the most endearing, loving way. And it was like her, like, buying teddies for Ferris, and, like, all the teddies Ferris buys back for her, she keeps in her room, like, even though it'd been 5 years sort of thing. So she had, like, 50 fucking teddies in her room. And I was like, okay, no, she fucking loves Ferris. And I've said it before, but it's like, if they do a Ferris 2, I feel like they'll be morally obligated to do a Lydian Suli 2. But if they do a Lydian Suli 2, that will probably be based the latest in the timeline, because Ferris 2 will probably be based between Ferris 1 and Lydian Suli. It'd be nice if it was based after everything, because I want to see Lydian Suli again. But if they're there, whatever. Oh, basket's full already, whoops. But if they do that, please, for the love of God, I want them to use that as an opportunity to actually, you know, conclude some shit. I know, like, they basically concluded Sophie and Plachta's, like, relationship because, like, they have so much marital imagery at the end of their link. It's like, no, these two are into each other. They even, like, promised to have their... Oh, it's fucking a Tomb Raider in this bitch now. Okay. Oh. Take truth. Yeah. I still need to go back and platinum LNS. After I've done with this game, when we're going through Caligula Effect 2, in my spare time, I am going to start working on the mysterious games. So I do want to do that. Like, Ferris, I'll probably leave till last, because that one, you know, requires another playthrough because of me not thinking ahead and leaving a save early enough. So I need to ditch something out of my basket. Again. Okay, this is kind of just hold the button. It's just more of like a scripted thing. But this is still kind of cool. We are Tomb Raider in this bitch. But if they do a Lydian Suli 2, so I got distracted. How do I get off? Oh, you just jump. Okay. But if they do... Yeah. But if they do a Lydian Suli 2, so I keep on getting distracted, I want them to actually, like, wrap up other people. Because, like, Ferris and Elmira, it was very fucking clear. Like, it wasn't like a subtle, like, fan servicey thing. No, they were super fucking blunt. That Elmira wasn't just fancying Ferris, she was in love with Ferris. Do something with that. You know? Like, not everyone has to meet someone in, like, for my happy ending, whatnot. But it would be nicer to just do a bit more with some of them. Something here that's come back late. What? There seems to be something here that's come back later. Interesting. Yes, please. Because not everyone needs to be in a relationship with someone, but I think it would just be cool. You know, for those two to work out, because it feels like those two are destined. Because Ferris is genuinely the sort of person I aspire to be. She just loves the world. She loves everything. She loves everyone in it. She loves the world. Like, she's the one I aspire to be. Like, I think I mentioned it during the time, but Furious is like my ideal daughter. She's not the daughter I'd end up with, but she'd be like my ideal daughter. I'd absolutely end up with fucking Suli as a daughter if I ever had a kid. Like, but still. Like, it would be something I'd have, but like, Furious is genuinely just a charming thing. Whilst Ilmara loves her, and it's like, come on, like, Oh yeah, I see what you mean, by the way, but you see that this map's actually kind of smallish. Because it's like, that's a dead end, that's there, but there's no more other thing over here, so that will probably be a dead end-ish zone. This could just be like a dungeon space or something. Relationship, and, okay, see at some point, please pay off a lesbian relationship. Was it the closest we got to it was Sophie and Plachta because of the marital imagery. You know, they're both in white dresses, they both have the light beaming through the window behind them, holding their hands. They literally promise to stay by each other's sides for the entirety of their lives. Like, there's so much imagery and, you know, implication of what it is. Like, it might not be, like, directly blunt, I love you and I want to spend the rest of my life with you, I want us to get married, shit. But I'll fucking take it, you know? I'll take it. And as I said it before, but I think I'm a smidge harsher on Gus now when they don't actually commit to these relationships, because Blue Reflection not only does, but did it so well. Well, I'll always bring up Yuki and Reina, that those two were such a perfectly well done relationship between them. Yeah, that's just because Ryza is kind of blunt. That's because her character is actually blunt, and because you see everything from her perspective, a lot of the game comes across kind of blunt at times. Alright, I think we've explored all we can in this area, so all the rest is fenced off, so let's go the other way. Oh, there's 2 shops here, I should probably check them as well, just in case one of them sells a Delphi Rose. About this. Fuck, Hi, what's your deal? Hunt horned demons, and Empol wants us to do it. Yeah, so I know people have got like a mixed reception to it, so I'll make my own choice, not decision, and thoughts on it when we get there, but I have no idea how far off we are. We've only just entered this region. If it's anything like Ryza 1 we entered the underworld and then left it and came back way later, so it might be a similar deal here anyway. We only just got in here. We still need to go back and figure out like the mystery of the Kark Islands. Anyway, so like, okay, you don't sell anything interesting. Hey, does anyone sell a Delphi Rose? No. Okay, the shops continue to be kind of useless. Like, CG. I can't stress enough. If Ryza and Claudia don't get together, I'll be annoyed, but I'll live with it, because I kind of expect it. If Patricia and Tao, however, don't get together, there will be hell to pay. Spoilers. Like, yeah, no, I wouldn't want you to spoil anything, don't worry. It's why I want to make that perfume. It's why I'm like still looking for like the rose so much. It's like no. I am gonna help a bro out. I will be don't get me wrong. It'll be annoying if like Ryza doesn't get the girl, but I will abso-fucking-lutely wingman Tao. You know, I will abso-fucking-lutely wingman that man to get him the girl. So I'm just checking that it's not like somewhere over here for some reason, the Delphi Rose. Ooh. Do I want to get extra ingredients now? I kind of haven't needed it yet. Anyways, Where's the best Orin? Oh god. Well, we haven't got to know this game's Orin properly yet, so I'll hold off my judgment. Probably, like... Lilla's probably last, if I'm being honest. I love her in gameplay, but she's kind of like a one-track pony. In a lot of ways. Like, she hasn't had that much character development. Everyone's having proper roles, yeah. Oh, do you like Lilla then? Don't get me wrong, I like Lilla as a character. I just feel like of the between like this game and what's her name in the second game? Oh fuck, it's been 2 months too many. The Orin in the second game's party. I liked her because she actually had a pretty good character arc of like being really distrustful towards Ryza at first because of alchemy, but eventually kind of coming around and eventually respecting her. Fair enough. I love Lilla in gameplay because she's such an attack fiend. Like, her attack stat is, like, so cracked. You know, I'll just get this, because it comes with extra things. What do we get? Sage Coat and Grand Organ is there. Okay, good to know. I'm saying it's mine too. Mature net. I hope Carla's fun. I like her actress. I like the voice actress already. I don't recognize who the actress is. I just like the voice I meant. But it's like, as you remember, like, Lilla was my go-to damage queen in Ryza 1. I would say the Orins in general seem to have kind of cracked attack stats, because I think she was like, it was the same in Ryza 2. Even if in this game, because of our current setup, Ryza's the one that's actually got the highest attack, I believe. Yeah, I mean, I say that, Lilla's close, because once again, she's an attack fiend. She's not even got high attacker, and her attack's that high. That was a garbage. I'll make her work. I kind of like the squad I've got right now, if I'm honest. I might mix it up again later on, but as it stands, Ryza, Patricia, and Lilla main squad, Boss and Claudia backup. I want to upgrade these two as well at some point, because they are falling behind on stats, but I do want to upgrade them as well. I'll probably try and, if I remember, do that off screen, because I'm not working today, so we can stream a bit longer, and I can just like mess around and do a bit of work in the evenings if I want to. The worst levels of weapons, a bit worse. Oh, that's a shame. Tao I always feel bad for, because I never get him out of my party quick enough. Like, in the first game, he sucked, so I didn't mind getting rid of him. But in Ryza 2, he's actually pretty good. It was just... like... if it wasn't Patricia, it was Claudia. It was just, like, other people were more interesting to get. I should really return to my atelier and turn this in. So you've got, like, no room, and I want to go explore more. Oh, there's a character quest back here anyway, that works out. Yeah, Dion I find very underwhelming. I tried him a little bit off-screen to get a feel for him more, and I found him very underwhelming. I'm sure you can make him good. Oh no, but I've said before, the thing with Tower is that I just didn't find his character arc in Ryza 1 interesting. I didn't hate the character, but I just didn't care for him at all. It was Ryza 2 where he really came around. That guy did such a U-turn of a personality and development and character and weapon and everything. Like, Tal went from, like, 0 to hero so fucking quick. Excuse me, Miss Ryza. What is it, Patty? If you don't mind, there's something I'd like you to make for me. Ooh, that's rare for you. Sure, what do you need? I need a light. Just enough to light up what's at hand in the dark. Something like, say, a lantern. Yeah. And I think, to be honest, putting 3 years of maturity on his character helped a lot. The way he bounces off Boss in Ryza 2 is genuinely really... He's not just the bully victim character, like he was in Ryza 1, you know? He isn't just the nerd that got bullied a lot. He was actually, you know, a smart, intellectual, mini philosopher trying to find his way in the world, but had a good idea where he was going, whilst also being more of a mentor figure because, you know, he was Patricia's teacher. While still having some of that dorkyism that he had in Ryza 1. Like, they really reworked him and made him really fun. This is my go. To be honest, yeah, I'm leaning on the same thing. I haven't finalized where I put, like, Ryza 3 on my, like, tier list, because obviously I won't until I finished it. But currently, it's kind of vibing between Ryza 1 and 2. Like, I don't know where it will sit, like, compared to some of the Mysterious games 100%. But, like, I definitely, like, so far prefer Ryza 2, but I do think this is better than Ryza 1. And that's not saying I have anything with Ryza 1. I said everything above, on my tier list, everything above Knights of Azure 2, I genuinely love. It's just to different extents. Like, just because Furious is next up on the list from, like, the bottom, doesn't mean I hate Furious. It's just, I loved it less. I still loved it, though. That's fair enough. So I'll make my choices when I finished it. Lantern, sure, that should be doable enough. Why, though? I write in my diary at night, so... Ooh, a diary. You keep one, huh? Yes, it's a tradition in the Abelheim family. My father keeps a diary, too. My father always said that sitting down and writing the quiet at night does a lot to settle the heart. That's actually pretty damn fair, considering I do most of my writing in the dead of night. I see. That does sound a little like Mr. Abelheim. So I want to keep a diary, but lighting up the whole room to write my diary would be trouble for others. Besides, the dark helps me calm down more. A lantern might be just right then, I'll think about it. Yeah, you know what would also calm you down, Patricia, and like ease your heart for the night? Snuggling with your boyfriend? Have you asked Tao out yet? Thank you, I'll count on you then. Yeah, well, then, say no more, dude. I'll make my choice when I'll make my thoughts and feelings on it when I get there. Anyway, let's make a lantern. Hey, we do have a lantern fly. You know what? No, it's Patricia. I'll make the effort. I was like, yeah, we could just finish this now. It's good enough. Yeah, those two are so cute together. It needs to happen. Do I only need 2 ices? What a load of bullshit. Considering what you gotta put in. Ah, no, that'll do. It could happen. I am curious. Like, we know it's been established and they pretty well. This is the last Ryza game. Like, it's been like they've been pushing it from the word go. This is the last Ryza game. But it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be the last Secret Saga game. They could return to it with a new protagonist later. Obviously, I haven't seen the ending, so maybe that like kind of like wraps it up in too neat of a bow to be more like changed. The Cantora of Calamity. What? Let's just give this lantern first. Whomever had lost Alucard is only second to lens weapon. Oh, right. Whereas I did the third strongest in weapons. Fair. Here's your lantern, Paddy. Shape's a bit weird, though. Thank you, Miss Ryza. No, it's not quite the shape I expected. But as I was saying, but they could do a like later on. They could do a Secret 4, but just have a different protag. It'd be weird considering like the Secret Saga is literally just the Ryza trilogy, but still. I think it's Boss. It wouldn't surprise me. Boss is a great character. It's why I've got him in my back row. It's just I'm kind of vibing with the ladies. It's not quite the shape I expected. Now I can write my diary in peace. Oh yeah, I don't keep a diary, so it's hard for me to tell, but what kind of things do you write in there? Let's see, it's a diary, so of course the bulk of it is what happened that day, and what I did about it. In my case, I also include, more than a diary of events itself, what I think of my actions of the day. You're being turned back to form, too. I think my father wrote about his mental state and so on too. Diaries seem harder to keep than I thought. Sort of like writing to reflect on your mistakes and stuff. No, I just think my family's just a bit special. What kind of things do you write, Patty? Come on, show me. No, please don't look. Yeah, I know, because I know they, like, this was the first time. Because I think when Ryza 2 came out, it was before Sophie 2. So I think it was, like, the first time they did, like, a direct sequel that included the character still. But I think a lot of that's to do with the fact that, you know, I said they might have always had it planned out from the start that they always wanted it to be focused on one character for a change. But I think, to an extent, it's the fact that Ryza 1 did insanely well for, like, the Gus series. That they kind of, like, leaned onto Ryza a bit more. Salberg and Reek. I'm not even sure. Please, no, don't look! Oh, sorry, only kidding. It's terribly rude to look at someone else's diary. Please don't do this. I think I have 100 what sort of thing she writes now. Yeah, glances at Tal. Huh? A candy house. Aw. Speaking of Tal, hey, dude, can you, like, make the resources I need to get your thing easier to get? Nice. Oh, what can you get there? Hang on. Oh, okay, nothing too new. But imagine the shock of not a single modern Atelier series having only one pro tag. Yeah. That's what I said, if they do a Secret 4, they might... If this is supposed to be, because like, they've been pushing it in advertising all the way through, that this is effectively Ryza's retirement game. They're like, after this, like, they're not gonna have... They might have Ryza included in other stuff, but this is the last time you're gonna be playing as Ryza. I still would like them to expand more on some of the Secret Saga stuff. Like, imagine, like, having an Orin as one of, like, the Atelier protagonists. That would be cool. And because it'd also make a new dynamic, considering, you know, a lot of them really have a thing against alchemy because of what the Clink Kingdom did. To suddenly have one of them learn alchemy, that could be cool. Just throwing out as an idea, Gus, if you want to do more Secret in the future. There was a character thing of it. Yeah, there was. This is how I wish I woke up. Just open my eyes and just see a Ryza walking up towards me. Rock at the second game. Well, it was always going to be a trilogy. And there was a lot of... Not loose threads, but like loose character thread. What the fuck's going on here? That I wanted to see continued. So I'm glad this game happened. And I love this game. I have my faults with it, but I genuinely love this game as a whole. Oh, they're okay, they're fencing, I'm guessing. Huh? What's going on? Didn't need one? Maybe. I'm still glad it happened, though. I enjoy Ryza as a pro tag, and I enjoy seeing how much she's matured and grown. Even if she doesn't need her own arc, I'm still happy being in her shoes again, you know? They're sparring. What do you mean, what's going on, Ryza? Have you never seen people spar before? Well, I'll see when I see the ending. So far, so good. I enjoy Ryza. Jesus Christ! I am the storm that is approaching. Fucking, he just got destroyed. Damn, look at this little show-off. Stabbing a blade into the ground. Seems like that was enough, so I'm going to go. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, that's enough. Look at how much distance Patricia made in that slash. Because of how much power she had in that slide. And then Ryza will be like, hi. What was that? If you're very nerd. Yeah, but I kind of like the fact that she's got her own style. She doesn't do like the typical like samurai anime thing of putting the blade away and then the slash hits. She just stabs it in the ground like, hell yeah. Like, it's almost like making a statement, like, yeah, bitch. Even the ground gets fucked. But then equally, she doesn't wield a katana, she wields a Nodachi. And maybe the rules work different if you use a Nodachi. I'm not engrossed in, like, samurai history enough to know that if you're supposed to handle Nodachis differently. Oh, come on, they know what they're doing, absolutely. Hey, what were you doing? Sis, I asked her to go one round with me. One round? I wanted to determine how strong I am. But why Patty? Because she's not obviously strong, but she's not obviously weak either. What? I don't get it. What about me? Never heard of roses. Yeah, I mean, she's super fucking, like, samurai action art. Like, she's super fucking Virgil. Sis, you're weak. How rude! You're weak but very strong. Everyone around you is either clearly strong or weak. Is either clearly strong or weak but actually strong. So the only person left who was just the right condition was Patricia. She's just right to test my strength. She... Actually, saying that, I don't think I've ever seen Patricia with a sheath. I'm trying to think. I think she just wills that Nodachi raw. Like, she just has it out. To be honest, you're fighting for the place of middle manager. Yeah. But maybe there may be different standards to judge a person by, but... Dion's standard is strong or weak. I guess that's one way of looking at it. Right, like, I think even, like, on her sprite... Actually, no, she has that in a sheath, I think. Yeah, that's in a sheath, never mind. That's held by a string, because, yeah, that's way too big. I say that, that's shorter than it was in the second game. In the second game, she had a traditional fucking Adachi. Like, her weapon was, like, bigger than her. Like, she had a fucking traditional Adachi. Sorry, I love Nadachis. I think they're really underrated compared to samurai swords. They're gargantuan, but because they're so big, they require a whole different skill set to even wield properly, and I just think that's super cool. We haven't figured out how we get down there yet. That just crossed my mind. Is there any other character things we should be wary of? Yes, one there, two. Alright, let's go do them. Let's go get distracted again. And then we'll go. And then afterwards, we will go back to the map and explore the... It's a mountain you need. Ah, fair enough. Explore, the east. I need to make more keys. I don't want to use my Ultra Purity key yet. Auto heal and treasure search. Unless there's a breath that destroys rocks. Oh, fair enough. I gathered we were missing a mount anyway that would break the rocks. It was just like, I was waiting to see if I could do the rest of that in general. If there's like anything else there that I could do, but nah. No enemies, you don't want to fight me. I'm like super like goated with the source in terms of power. You won't last. Bruh, this thing just led me all the way back around. Okay. I kind of gathered. That's fair enough. It's like with like the digging and diving, you have to like boost it. How am I getting over there? I didn't actually think this through. Oh, I'll just go around, okay. It's like with the grappling hook. We have to max that out. So the rest is a pop in some wing rider. Yeah, that would fit. Looks like we can drink the water here. You never know when or where you'll set up camp during these adventures. Watering holes are important. Well, we still don't know if it's safe to drink. Is it okay? How does Lilla even crouch down with that thick of a thigh and that much top weight? Like, that must be difficult for her to, like, not, like, have a... Like, she must be crushing a vein in her leg, right? Because of how thick it is. Like, it must be putting, like, pressure on the veins. Can we drink it? Drops off the cliff or whatever. I visually think of the pop that comes with the wing. Yeah. Yes, it's drinkable. But I also kind of appreciate that this game doesn't care for full damage. Well, just full damage isn't a thing. It's genuinely appreciable that they just didn't do that road. There's a little thing that this game does that I really appreciate. There's a little thing that Genshin does that I appreciate. But there's a little thing that some other games do. Then I go to like the super big ones and they just don't do it. And I'm like, ugh. But I love that in both this game and Genshin, you can bring up the map in Quick Warp even if an enemy sees you. Whilst in like Elden Ring, for example, and most Western open world games, to be fair, you can't Quick Warp if an enemy sees you. You can't, like, I say that, in Elden Ring, you can't even bring up the fucking map until an enemy can't see you, and I just found that annoying. They should... No, I was just saying, I get where you're coming from, and I'm just kind of glad that, it just made, kind of put it in my mind, it just made me glad that they don't have full damage. Yes, it's drinkable. I'm glad.
飲めは
You
する
think Ryza cool?
しかし
It's technically
お前
safe,
たちはあまり
but
飲まない
it would be
方がいい
better if you guys didn't drink it all. You'll get sick if you start chugging it.
どういうこ
What
と
do you mean?
この水は
This water is... I can't explain it well, but it's a different type.
水は水
Is
じ
it
ゃない
water
のか
water? It looks the same to me.
お前たちが飲んでいる水
There's a bitterness compared to the water that you guys drink.
この手の水は
If you're not used to drinking this kind of water, your body won't be able to accept large amounts of it.
私はどれだけ飲んでも
I can drink as much as I want, but you guys shouldn't drink too much. Types of water? Did you know that?
いえ
No. Even the water in the capsule is safe to drink, no matter how much you drink.
それより
How does Lila even know that in the first place?
謎が
So mysterious. There's a mysterious fifth game next, confirmed? I'm kidding. Don't think too hard. Lila's always been like
リラは
this.
昔からこうなんだ
Oh, I didn't realize I made him sound too much like Nagato. You can't! No, go away! I think that's just gonna be my fucking legacy now. It's the Nagato bullshit.
ものづくりをする人たちが
So as much as I want them to do like a PS5 port of Ultra Despair Girls, I kind of don't want them to because that game's got more Nagato, and it's like I don't want to. I don't want to add to my fucking legacy. Recurring guest. He fucking is against my will.
僕らで手伝ってあげない
He just shows up to my house and just shows up in these streams. I was like, go away, Nagato. He's like, no. We need to talk about hope again. It's been a great topic of discussion, especially in today's world of politics. What's that got to do with anything? You know, the world could do with more hope. Anyway, since we're talking about hope, I've got something hopeful for you. Have you seen this hand? People are gonna start thinking I'm fucking schizophrenic. Just doing these voices. What girls be doing with known universal voicing? That would be incredibly dumb. I'm down for it. It'd be incredibly stupid, and we'd both watch it back afterwards and just be embarrassed, but it would be funny. This is my cup of tea. I don't know what I'm looking at, but I can tell that it's good. Yeah, so here's one. It's coming, I hope. Oh, bumna. Yeah. My cup of tea. Well, I don't know what I'm looking at, but I can tell that it's good.
サルドニカの2つの派閥は
The two guilds in Sardonica tend to reject each other's work and deny their existence.
もともと
The pieces that were made for the competition between the two guilds were wonderful. Does that mean that the quality was only understood by third parties belonging to neither guild? How ironic.
でも
Some slogans. Yeah, it probably was.
この町で
I don't
は
know.
両派の特
But
徴を
after this
持
event,
たせた作品
art that embodies both guilds, I mean, means it. The only like campaign I like know of is the one that everyone memed on, and it was to make America great again because everyone fucking memed on it because that dude only did more harm than good. In retrospect.
これから先どんな作
Anyway,
品が誕生し町がどう変化
I
してい
don't
く
know
か
what
わ
kind of
からない
pieces
けれど
will be made or what changes will come for the city, though.
私は
I can't stop hoping that things will continue to get better.
なるほどな
I see. Now I understand what happened in this city.
確かにこん
There's
な
something
素
this
晴らしいもの
wonderful.
な
It would be
らば
natural for a master craftsman to want to mix them.
私も
I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of pieces they come up with.
それにして
Still, though,
こういったものは
it's not unusual for this kind of thing to lead to conflict, bickering, and even the ruin on both sides.
たとえ交渉が
Even if the
興味を持とうと
craftsmen are interested, that doesn't mean that things will come together well. Yeah.
このように互い
Well,
に
how you
協力
decide
して
to
一
vote
つの
and what you
ものを
believe in
作
doesn't
り上げ
have
る
to be
形になる
one-on-one the
という
same.
のはなかなか珍しいことだな
Like this, to create something is a rare thing to be able to do.
さぞや互い
There
を
must be
尊敬し
been a
高
group
め合
of
い
people who were mature and
大人
respectful
の心
of
を
each
持った
other,
者
not
たちが
something that
揃って
happens
い
all
た
the
のだろう
time.
な
Well, I don't know about that.
うん
Yeah, I think if Frederica wasn't here, the two guilds would still be fighting now. Well, I mean, you're saying that to the guy who, in the UK, basically votes for a different party every single election. I won't go into too details because I don't really care for politics as a whole, but anytime there's a new election comes up, I restart my research and I go through every single party, what their pining for, what they're advertising, what they're trying to do, how it will actually benefit me if it goes through, assuming that, you know, they're not just lying up their ass, which to be fair, most of them are. Because that's just the first world politics, unfortunately. You know, I restart all of that and then make my decision. And so, more often than not, my alignment, per se, changes every election. Because I just vote for what works then. I don't have this, commitment or loyalty to a party. Because I think having loyalty to a party is damaging. Or can be damaging. You want a Clinico with finest trait? Oh, that's not happening. Well, you wouldn't be able to, because I think it only accepts native Brits, but you'd have to sell me on your campaign. Because I don't know like how much you look into Brits, but it's like there's a lot of parties. It's not like left or right side. I mean, it kind of is, because Conservative is very much right side, and Labour is very much left side in that sense, but it's obviously, that's extremely surface level. It's a lot deeper than that, obviously. Are you Prime Minister? No, as far as I'm actually, you make a good point. Actually, I'm not sure. You make a good point, 'cause I'm not actually certain. You made me doubt myself a lot. Oh, you made me doubt myself on that one. I'm not sure. I thought it was, but maybe I'm wrong. But so, anyway, point I'm getting at. But they're not the only two parties. In the US, like, although there are other parties that try it, let's be real, it only ever goes down to those two. It only ever goes back to Democratic or Republican. No worries, dude. Whilst here, it's like beyond Labour and Conservative, we'll have like the Green Party, we have like UKIP, we have the Scottish Party. The Scottish Party are genuinely the best in my putting biases putting politics aside. The people in the Scottish Parliament take no shit from anyone, so they're just funny. So like they're the best in that sense, not best in actual like political reasoning or mindset or whatnot, because that's a whole discussion I don't care for. I mean, as in just like anytime I hear any political debate, they're just funny because they just take no shit. It's like they always just start shouting at people if they annoy them. I'm just like, yeah, sure, whatever, you know. And then we also, for a while, had the Leavers Party, which was, like, dedicated to Brexit. Which even won at one point. Because people were, like, a lot of people were getting fed up that, like, every parliament was like, oh, we are committed to doing Brexit properly. And then they just did fuck all. And so a party was made solely to just deal with Brexit because people were annoyed at it. And it actually ended up winning. Oh no, the Leavers Party was made of UKIP members, but it wasn't UKIP. UKIP's separate. There was a point where UKIP got pretty high up the ladder. I think it was... I was still in college, so I must have been like 16 or 17. That UKIP got super high up the ladder. They were like second highest voted. Like they got like seats in parliament kind of like big. But then that kind of faded by the wayside because their leader was kind of weird. If I recall, but there was a separate party that was like made of mostly UKIP members. Also, keep in mind, like my knowledge of it is limited because I don't care for politics, so I only pay attention to what affects me directly. Yeah. Well, people nickname Leave UKIP 2.0 because of how many ex-UKIP people were in it, but still. Hey, you alright? You look really troubled. There was some nasty little devils started appearing on the road recently. When they find a merchant carrying lots of baggage, they tend to attack and steal our stuff. Oh, really? So no one can walk here in peace? Exactly. I've tied up my stuff very tightly, but they're monsters, so... Oh, you guys are quite skilled, you can deal with them. Yeah, sure. Of course not for free. I'll pay compensation. You don't want me to be fair. Yeah, I mean, I should. I live here. Beat them up. So for me, it's just whatever affects me directly, I pay attention to. And when it comes to election, I just research, like, the immediates, make my decision, and then just leave it at that. I don't bother with the rest. I don't actually have that much red punable, so this will actually be worth doing. It's American politics. Yeah, and to be fair, who can blame you, you know? Of course, you're going to know the political spectrum of the world, like of the country you're in, over other countries, because it's what affects you directly. That's just come on. That's literally like the samurai judgment cup bullshit. Come on. If I wasn't streaming and did Let's Plays instead, I can guarantee you what I probably would have done. Damn it. What I probably would have done is every single time I do that attack, play like a half-second, like literally like a half-second snippet of Bury the Light, but it literally be like genuinely like a split second. Like you just go ah, and then cut out. Like every time you go to do the attack, like every time the sword's unsheathed, you hear it. Like it's like hiding it. So I used to enjoy doing a lot of real dumb shit like that in my edits. It would have been a commitment, but I would have done it. I think it was. I don't think I still have the Let's Play up because I got rid of a lot of my super old Let's Plays. But when I Let's Played Outlast way back when I was like 16, like the big monster that chases you throughout the entire game, his location and positioning is nonsensical. He just appears out of nowhere without logic, like without following game logic. And so I would play the X-Files theme every single time he was on screen because he was a fucking X-File mystery on how he ended up in places he should be in. Oh, okay, so not naturally born British, but naturally born United Kingdom citizen then. So not like Britain directly, it's anything that counts as part of the United Kingdom, so that would count Ireland. Or North Ireland, because South Ireland's separate. That's for Member of Parliament, though. Alright. To be fair, the rules are kind of loose, considering fucking Boris became Prime Minister at one point. And that guy's got such a... You look at that guy's history and track record, and it's just like, man, this guy went through so many... It's been caught cheating, or getting divorced, or bullying people so many times for his entire life. What is he? Why was he even allowed in the political spectrum, let alone Prime Minister? What level are these enemies that we're rinsing them so harshly? 45. Oh, that explains a lot. But a single hit? Look at how much health dripping from these guys. Would it just kill outright then? Yes. Oh, well, we still got a decent amount of experience. Oh, thanks, game. Not that you needed to do that. Anything else before I go? Oh, there's another... Oh, that's Tao's perfume, never mind. So we've got one more... Well, technically two more areas to check. We've got Kirken Island and the Kirken Island area. Hey, dude, I killed the thing. Okay, wait, sorry to come back. I have another thing to ask for you. To me, you can actually fight the Lord Devils again. What, again? Pretty sure we got rid of them. This time, it's the boss, the one you just fought. As long as that one lives, there'll be more damage. Boss as well, yada yada. We're alchemists, not mercenaries, but alright, leave it to us. Is it just literally in the exact same spot? God damn it. Prime Minister, but I'm not really caring about the Prime Minister. For you're holding offices in more than one country. Yeah. Good luck on that fucking one. I think there's probably some like small text rule that would make sure that never happens. Because that risks Dominion. Or whatever the right word is. Which in the modern world is just not happening. If you happen to live past 50, uh-oh. So what you're saying is I don't have to worry. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. What level is this guy then if he's the boss? 55, okay, so not much of a threat.
力になれるよう精進を続けます。
この調子でいこう。
Oh, that's not going downhill. Whoops.
なんだ、
こういう道って冒険の始まりって感じがするから。
Jeez. Yeah, I appreciate you reaching for the stars, but I'm pretty sure that won't happen. And that's not me saying it, you can't do it. I'm just saying I think there's things in place that will stop you from being able to do that one way or another. Oh, you came back already. Oh, you took care of the boss. No need to worry anymore. We've been him up for good. Fair enough. Impressive. Only my judgment was correct. Now, I think I can dedicate myself to commence without worrying. It's all thanks to you. Thanks so much. This is something that I found on my trip. Pretty rare. I'd like to have it. Really, it's very valuable. Can it be a Delphi rose, please? Much it means to me, so please accept it. Very well. Good luck on your work, then. You too, take care. I don't know that. Acquire particular power of waterfall type. Oh, I need to hunt down all those, like, book things at some point. That would be a mission. Alright, is there anything over here? Extra. That's just a giant puny there. I mean, we could fight the giant puny again at some point. I do kind of need to do that. Oh, there's 2 events. 3 events. Research that I can't. I'll pick different countries that speaks English. That'll allow them to. Yeah, just I'm glad you said English speakers. Don't go to France, because if you fuck up, they will civil war you, because they do it all the time. It's the same with Germany. Germany, I think, literally in the middle of like rioting against their political leaders. There still aren't many books here. But this is still more than before. Some of them are collected and added by me. Come to think of it, you mentioned before that you are something of a teacher in the village too. Huh? Lila, do you read books? Lila just turns around and is like, what the fuck? That's kind of rude, Ryza. Only a little. I couldn't read human writing before I wasn't interested in it either. But I can understand it a little now. When I learned to read books, I found them interesting and full of information. Oh, I see. I still can't read much, but I think I can understand how Tao feels now. Me being the reason for the kissing would be kinda cool. That'd be a way to put yourself in history. Maybe you'll become a bookworm like Tao. Well, I wouldn't be so devoted to reading it like Tao is. The most terrifying things is how many times, like, if the guillotine itself was rusted, if it wouldn't kill in one. It would only go like halfway through your neck. I'm like, that sounds the most grueling, most painfully torturous way to die. Just, hey, half your neck's not attached. Oh, okay. I also read books one way or another, so encourage children in the village to read. Well, it's a long life, so it's a good way to pass the time. And I think one of the 2 that Henry VIII executed, one of the 2 wives that got executed, there was that old tale that she was saying a prayer during the guillotine thing, and her lips were still moving after her head came off. Apparently. Obviously, who knows how it's true? That's just how the history books put it, but that alone is kind of like, Jesus Christ. Like, the guillotine is terrifying. Anyway, perhaps Lilo is changing little by little without me knowing it. To deal with Rust. Oh, is this going to be Empel? Yeah, because this is where we first met him. Well, I say it, we first met them in Pixie Forest when Ryza got fucked up, but still. So I suppose Matt would die. I rather like the atmosphere of Kirkin Island. Really? I think I've ever heard you say something like that. I don't know, the Iron Maidens are up there as well. Hey, we're just going to chuck you in a spiked coffin and slam the door shut. Good luck. Yeah, I've ever heard you say something like that. So? Well, it's not something you talk about often. So, what about the island? What about the island do you like? Well, the time just passes by slowly. No matter where I am, I've never been able to shake off the feeling that I'm being chased by something. Execution. Yeah, they were used for torture more, weren't they? When I come here, I feel peaceful and free from that anxiety.
確かに
Come to think of it, you do seem less anxious and more relaxed when you're here.
張り詰めて
I used to resent this island before, or rather I had nothing but resentment. But a lot has happened, and I really like it now. No matter what people say, in the end, Kirk Island is my home. Even if I leave the village, my heart belongs here. Don't forget that feeling. It's important to have a place to come back to. Could it be that Emperor has no place to go back to? Doesn't so much, yeah. Because I like that it's not even the fact that she's grown enough to like admit that she used to like hate it. It's the fact that she admits that it was nothing but resentment. It wasn't a case of like, oh, she just hated it here. It's that she knew that she just kind of hated it. She just kind of just had hatred. That was it. There was no like misunderstanding. She was just an immature kid that was moody about it. Well, she wasn't moody. She's kind of optimistic, but you know what I mean. Lila, what's going on? What are these cats? You tell me. They've become strangely attached to me. They still look very small. I wonder if they think that you're their parent. I don't know. I heard voices coming from the bushes, so I checked them out and here I am. So they're stray cats then. How cute. So I see she wanted to see more of the world rather than actual hatred. Yeah. What? Why? How come the cats are so friendly with you? I really don't want them. If you take care of them, if you want to take care of them, take them with you. But they don't seem to like me. They think that you're their parent, so I think it's best that you... Stop it! It's not that I don't like kittens, but I'm scared of hurting them if I hold them the wrong way. Aww! Aww, that's wholesome as fuck, Lila. No, it's probably because you've got, like, fluffy arms. So you probably stroke the cat once, so they realise you're kind of fluffy, and so you're, you know, a human being, so give off warmth. So they're like, fluffy and warm? Human, we go to you. Don't be for real. No dogs. So I leave it up to you. No, she fucking runs. Look at it! Oh! Oh, the unbeatable Lila. I saw something interesting today. That sold it. It was just the cats fucking chasing after her. Hey, do you want like a skull pumpkin? I'm not having a venom nut, sorry. Oh, it's daytime. I was like, why did the music suddenly change? It went to the day track, got it. Imagine the Chris make fun of Lila. Oh, absolutely. She's probably already, like, in her head, thinking about exactly how she's going to, like, find the perfect moment to, like, drop that bombshell. Let's actually go explore this way now. Oh, it's 12 o'clock already, Jesus. I thought we'd only been going for like 45 minutes. Didn't realize it'd already been 2 hours of streaming. I suppose that's the magic of this game, I just get lost in it. Yeah, it's midday my time now, so I'll probably stream to about somewhere between 1 and half 1. Even though I'm not working today, like half 1-ish feels like a good stopping point. I don't want these streams to get too long. Was it my biggest like push when I'll start trying to make streams like kind of long, or like, assuming within reason, obviously. I won't just force them to be super long if they're not vibing. But damn it, it will be in my 2 weeks off next month. During those weeks, I want to have some fun long streams, especially because there's so many fucking JRPGs that I want to play, or they're just very long games in general. There's like the only way I'm going to get through them is start having streams that aren't, 3 to 4 hours long. I need to start having like 5 to 6 hour streams again. Listen, I won't be streaming on my birthday this year compared to last year because I'm going to be supporting my sister when she does her marathon, and it happens to be on the same day. But I will do a birthday-esque stream around that time. Like, I'll figure out a day that I'll make the quote-unquote birthday stream sort of thing. For me turning 24. I wait to fight these guys. These guys look kind of weird. I kind of like them. Because last year I played Team Sonic Racing for a couple hours, and that was fun. I'm not going to play Team Sonic Racing again. The only time I'd play Team Sonic Racing again is if I could somehow like set up like a private lobby. Because you can still, although like the servers aren't used really at all, you can still like do like traditional like host matches. So I could just host a match and have people join and do races there. But if I'm being entirely honest with you, if there is a fun racing game I'd want to do with chat, it wouldn't be Team Sonic Racing. It'd be Sega Sonic All Stars Racing Transformed, because that game's just way better. But that game needs to be ported off the 360 and PS3 first. Which, considering how much people are talking about it and wanting it, isn't impossible. The only thing that's stopping it is that it's got a real human being in it with real-world licensing, and it either needs to renew that licensing or change that character. And obviously some of the other licensed stuff, either renew it or get rid. Because it has an actual like real-life F1 racer in the game as a playable character for some fucking reason. It's like the weirdest fucking like inclusion in the roster. Not as weird as Wreck-It Ralph being in the roster, but it's still up there. Or like how on the Xbox version you can get Banjo-Kazooie as a character. And I think on the PC version you can get the Heavy as a playable character. Like, the game's fucking wild. I think that Team Fortress 2's the Heavy. I can't remember what the PS3 and Nintendo Wii exclusive character was at the time. I had to think if it was Wii or Wii U game. It was a Wii game. Actually, I think it was on Wii U as well, actually. I'll take that back. I think it was on both. Because it was 2013, so it's sort of that awkward period. Like, it was like about 6 months before next gen dropped. Well, I remember it being super fun. The only thing that sucked about it was how long the game took to fucking load. But that was about it. The game was super sick. I loved it. And even then, a modern, like, getting ported to modern consoles would fix that problem. By nature of, you know, being on better hardware. Oh. I was like, why can't I bring up my item? Baby girl got stunned. Whoops. Oh, I need to swap off characters anyway. Oh yeah, and you got the other healer one. That's not as good. Just wanted to check. Damn, these enemies being resistant to physical is not working out in my party's favor, considering both Patricia and Lilla are physical focused. Oh, you're stunned? Fuck, everyone's getting stunned.
皆さん頼みます。
Yeah, yeah, like we're gonna let that happen. Get out of here.
飛んでけ。ただの蹴りではないぞ。
幻を見ながら行くがいい。みんなあの敵に集中攻撃だ。
すごいです。せーの、隙だらけよ。近づけないでしょ。この走行をせーの。
It's just for a quest, for fuck's sake. There's so many enemies.
光の雨よ。よし、今ならいけそう。
すっげえ。さすがライザね。
そう、中心が空いてる。一匹やっつけた。使います。
成長したな、ライザ。
発動します。
Let's keep everyone topped up.
ありがとね。さあ、そこだ。せーの。どうした。そりゃこれは疲れたよな。わかりました。気をつけて。嫌な予感がする。ライザキック。どうした。今なら鍵が作れるかも。
Oh, thank goodness. Are we done?
皆さんの力になれるよう精進を続けます。
I'm genuinely curious what level we'll be when we finish this game at this rate we're going, considering we're level like mid-70s now.
これでいいね。報告に行こうか。
We'll put in a sec. I just want to see where this is leading me. Just to this. All right.
開けられたな。
Oh, no, 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 no. I saw, you see, I started fading in the corner. It's like, hang on, you're going further away. I mean, we'll try and head south first, once we go this way. Curious Aqua. Interesting. No, I already know it's going to be fighting another herd of monsters. No, I'm not doing it. Call it a hunch. I think I'm doing fine level-wise.
何度経験してもワクワクするね。ライザなら有効活用してくれるよね。
Is there any reason for me to climb up here? I have more things to break, I guess. Oh, it's not a slide. More Poyo Cactus. Okay, thank goodness. They're not all climb under, so it's going to be here forever.
さあさあ、集めちゃいましょうね。どんな素材も無駄にならないからね。
Can I get something? Yeah, so you know I want the Underworld Crystal game. You knew I wanted that. Why was you hiding it from me?
石は様々な用途に使えます。集めておきましょう。入ってるかな。
Time teller. Oh. I'm more just trying to see if there's anything new I can get. Oh, blue clover. I like the underworld area themes. I like the more fantastical mystery that they add to everything.
薬や染料になったり、虫は意外と活用の幅が広いんだ。
Oh, cave. In the middle of this Mushroom Hill Zone. There's something here, let's come back later. Fucking the game's like, hey, there's places you can go. Not yet, stop. Wait, is a scorpion-esque enemy back here I haven't fought? Oh, I see it. Sure, I'll give it a go. I will say though, as soon as like the previous Atelier games' soundtracks becomes available to listen to in this game, not all of them, because I do like some of the tracks in this game, but a lot of them are gonna get swapped out for like Ryza 2 music. Well, I'm absolutely gonna have like the Ryza 1 default battle, Ryza 2 default battle theme, sorry, like added to the playlist, because like that's like still like my favorite normal battle theme. It's just got the right energy. I will make more. The Cavern of Insanity, firmness, bolt increase, okay. My favorite. I meant normal battle themes, not boss themes. Well, the normal battle theme, like the first one in Ryza 2, is genuinely a bop. Ancient bug. Oh, these are big guys over here. Shade, yeah. But in the shade's fantastic. It's very different from what I was expecting after some of the boss themes in Sophie 1 and Furious, but I mean that in a good way. It was refreshingly different and still insanely good. It completely caught me off guard on the vocal side though, because they make him always sound slightly out of place, but then once the song starts going, it really just sits and works. I like Aria as well, Slippy 2's final boss theme, even though that's abso-fucking-lutely like a Final Fantasy final boss theme in how it sounds to an extent. Yeah, I didn't doubt it. I like it. I like it differently from how I like the others, but I still really like it. Are you stunned as well? Okay, no. Fucking... Spirit Catalyst. No Delphi roses though. Anything in this deep, dark, dead end? A hug of Arachne. It can fucking take the hug back if it's called that. What? The hug of the spider. I don't want a hug from the fucking spider. Get out of here. Water beast scale. I feel like the Delphi Rose might be something you have to craft. Just like there's something in my gut. If it is, I might just look it up after this stream and just figure it out. So like whenever we do whenever the next stream is, which should be tomorrow, we can actually just start off by making Tal that perfume for Patricia. Okay, that's just a loop. Advance those through little arc a little bit. Okay, this is a dead end, so we'll go this way first. Dragon flower. Yeah, excuse me. I do appreciate that, like, regardless of level stats or whatever, if you're on a mount, enemies try and get out of your way. Oh, this is a dead end. Yeah, we need the other mount. Okay. I'll follow the bird. Sure, I mean, it's right here, and I get a treasure out of it. Okay, thank goodness. If it turns left, we might be in trouble if it goes beyond the boundary we can't break. Is it this chest? Oh my god. Not bad. How good's that neutralizer? Oh, it's alright. Yeah, all of these are pretty alright, to be fair. Thank you, birdie. Where's the what? Okay. I'll say, where's like the string for us to jump on? Okay, we already opened that.
どういう生態してるんだろう、この鳥。少し追いかけてみようよ。
何が入ってるかな。
Light absorbing grass. So what's up here instead then? Ooh. I bet it's gonna say, hey, come back later though. In a second. It'll be like, hey, we can't go here yet. Yep. Seems like there's something here that's come back later. I need to make more keys. Alright, so yeah, all directions are kind of limited. We can't go any further with that without the mount. There's literally a fence blocking off these areas. And we can't go up here because the door's closed. Let's go back. I'll do the plot instead of just going all the way back to my atelier, because I imagine if we do a bit of plot, it will lead to us getting an atelier. Like building our atelier up here. Or if not here, near here. Oh, I think I need to go up to a higher level. Ryza, please. Thank you. It's so cool seeing so many Oran around. Considering, like, in Ryza 1, the only two we met were Lilla and Kilo. You know? Oh, it's a treasure chest. And in Ryza 2, we only met one new Oran. And now we just got this whole village of them. I think this is like the first time we've seen male Oran. They exist. Oh, this is cool. Now I gather round to sit down for class, kids. Why is she sat so cutely? You're supposed to be like a leader of the village. She sat like a child. Please, let us explain why we came here. Yes, I'm quite interested in hearing your story. Dude, look at this face! Ryza, don't be too honest. She may not look like it, but her emotions are swaying like swelling waves. Even so, I have to tell her, we're the ones asking for help. You, for one from the underworld, appear to possess both the virtues and sincerity of us Oren. I see the White Fang girl as taking on the wind of the underworld's practice of diplomacy. How did you know I am the White Fang clan? And she called Lilla a girl. Carla is kind of hard to understand. I have to try and be firm. Yeah, she's probably way older than she looks because she's an Oren. They seem to de-age. The older they get, the younger they look. Still moving and wriggling about. Though in a way, this could be an opportunity. What is wriggling? Or wriggling? How about we make a deal? A deal? In our Aurum, miscreants have been going in and out since long ago, and shamelessly committing wrongdoings. Within those, one superbly troublesome parting gift was left behind, involving Felucia. So if you take care of that, will you give us the information you didn't tell us earlier? I give you my word! It is too much for me to handle alone, but I could not send members of my clan who have their duties. It was neglected for the longest time. Alright, class. I mean, gang. It's like they're all sat like students. Come on.
わかりました
Alright, we'll do it. Good answer. The place is named the Cavern of Insanity. It lies southeast of the settlement.
中には厄介なフィルフサが救って
In it lives troublesome Felucia. Do not let your guard down.
そうなると
In that case, we should get organized.
そうだね
Yeah. Which means we need to build an atelier. Carla, I have a favor to ask before we go investigate.
調合とかの
I want to make an atelier to prepare for synthesis and things. Do you have any empty land that we could use?
空き地でよければ
An empty land is all you need. There is a place southwest of here where you leave this tent. If you need a tent, I could provide you with that much. No, it's okay. Making ateliers is part of an alchemist's job.
というわけで
Well then, everyone, let's do this again.
やれやれ
Good grief.
まさか異界でも
Who forced me to make it an atelier even in the underworld?
でも落ち着ける
Well,
場
it
所があ
does
る
help to have a place to relax. Let's go and check the place out first.
天幕を出て南西と言ってましたね
And then like the super grandiose music immediately comes
行って
back.
みましょう
Where's that character event? Is it below us? Damn it! I was like, parkour, I can make it, I believe. It's below us, got it.
中
Ah!
魚の丸焼きが
What did you just say? I was wondering what they were eating, but it's fish. You're in the underworld now. There are places that you can fish. It's quite a sight, huh? What, the roasted fish?
はいそうで
Yes,
す
that one.
魚
It's
を
not
丸
often
ごと
that you
焼い
get the
たもの
opportunity
を
to
食べる
eat a
という
roasted fish.
そうな
I
の
see. I think it's a normal food, although I've never seen that fish. Oh, I made eye contact with the fish.
何を騒いでいるんだ
What's all the fuzz? By the way, the eye is the best part of that fish.
目が
The eye? You're okay with it?
そもそも焼か
You
な
can eat the whole thing from the head without having to roast it in the first place. Lilla is so happy for some reason sharing this fact. Look at that smile. She is so happy being like, yeah, I eat fish. I can't stress enough. Getting rid of the coat, it made Lilla look like a decade younger. She looks like almost borderline teenage at points with some of these angles.
やめましょうよ
Let's not do that. At least cook it.
いや
Well, I don't do that all the time. Smoke comes out if you roast it.
すると敵に
If you do, you risk being discovered by the enemy, and the smell could attract monsters.
だから
That's why I often ate them raw.
だからといって
But eating the whole thing, head and all?
リラさんの食生活
Miss Lilla's eating habits never cease to amaze us.
かなわないよ
We are no match for her. Perhaps Lilla's strength comes from things like this. Oh, it's a normal quest. Back up. And where are we putting her outlet? Oh, literally there. Okay. Yo. Sorry, we're gonna have a moment. Sure, what is it? But it's something I wanted to ask of you. I was wondering what kind of place the human world is. Could you tell me about it? We told them about it. I see. Blue skies, verdant green, and there are no Felucia. Then it must be a world at peace. Well, there are still all sorts of problems, so I wouldn't call it all peaceful. I see. So I believe there are problems in each world. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm glad that you're satisfied. Aye, one day I hope to travel the world and gaze upon the blooming foliage personally. Wait, it may not be possible elsewhere, but here we might be able to grow plants. Maybe I should bring something next time. Here,
こ
dude.
れで大丈夫
There's even plants like this. Where did you find them? We brought them from our world. I thought you might be interested in them. What? So these are the plants that grow in the human world? Yes, since the flower of Alf blooms here, maybe these will too. Indeed, thank you. I'll take good care of them and let them bloom here. A small token of my thanks may serve you well. Can you give me a Delphi rose? A path to the funeral hall treasure. The ruined gatekeeper. Ooh. No quest there. Let's set up our atelier first before we get carried away with side quests.
都会にいると自然と気が引き締まるんだよね
I'm in the underworld will naturally tend. Felucia are tough for enemies, but it's not just that, there's something
何かあ
else.
るよな
The air is different from that of the human world. It's only natural to feel tense. Boom, boom. It's playing the bedroom theme. This is like one of the more nostalgic tracks. I love this track. Well, you guys, let's do this again. Yup, leave the heavy work to me. This seems like fun. Alright, I'm gonna do my best. As unlikely as that is, have you been creating several ateliers like this? I think this is the fourth one, if you exclude the hideout. You're more of a carpenter than an alchemist now. Oh, hush, Tao. Come on, let's move our hands and not our mouths. Yeah, I'll go back to SB game. The farm's nice for one area, but we don't need it really anywhere else. We can go back to that one if I want to make a farm, you know? And here we go again. Oh, boss is just already like, oh no, here we go. Look at that man. That man is already tired. You haven't even started. Fucking boss and Lent. Yep, and we have to sleep without the building once in a blue moon. Oh, I just saw Paddy and Tower like napping together on the side there, or like chilling out together. That's cute. Alright, base numero 4 complete. Oh, we even built like a decking platform. Incredible. To build an atelier so easily. Alchemy really is amazing. I was also impressed when I saw it in fire. This is normal? Oh, I forgot. Paddy joined us after we built the atelier in the last area. An alchemist must make their own atelier. I believe it was Empel who taught her that. Indeed I did, but I didn't expect her to make it with this much ease. It's because everyone helped me. For now, let's go get some rest inside. Yeah, look at this. This is a nice little decking. Just put a chair here. Just, you know, watch this one fucking giant tree. Alright, stop it. No, he's not here. Is Nagato in the room with us now? No, I'm sure he isn't. Hello. Ah! Sorry, guys, for accepting it like that on the spot, although it was to get information. What do you why are you being so reserved all of a sudden? If you say it's alright, sis, it's totally fine by me. And to be fair, the voice I give Dion isn't exactly the same as the Nagato voice. It's similar, but it's not the same. I honestly don't approve of making Miss Ryza both make all the decisions and take responsibility, but in conclusion, I feel the same way. I never imagined I'd come to the underworld, but since I'm already here, I'll stay with you until the end. I might be losing in terms of determination. Well, if we see Dion start looking at his hand, we'll know. I should be the one apologizing. I'm truly sorry. The moment I saw the flower from my homeland, I could not suppress my feelings. Drink on it is the cutest thing. Yeah. That's not something to apologize for. That's how important it was to you, right, Lila? If anything, I gained so much from jumping into this situation. I can barely organize my thoughts. I love all the tracks that are remixes of like the first game's main theme. This is one of them. I can hear like the leitmotif of like the main theme. We need to take a lot of time to think, all of us. You know, we set out with the simple purpose of saving the island, but in the end, we always wind up with complicated adventures like these, don't we? It can't be helped. It would be weirder if we expected to suddenly be fighting Felucia in the underworld. About that request to go to Felucia, it feels more like a test than a deal, doesn't it? You're saying that Elder is testing us? Basically, we have to behave. Deception won't work on her, on Carla. I think she didn't say it was a test because she was treating us as equals. We need to live up to that. As an honest alchemist, huh? It's weird seeing Empel and Lilla have glimmers of character development, considering they were pretty much the same person in the first two games. Like, you know, Lilla actually, you know, getting, like, pulled in because it's something connected to our home and actually showing emotion. And Empel questioning everything. Now we know more about what the dragons are and the purpose of the gates, and questioning the purpose of everything he did. Like, it's weird seeing these two actually develop or change or grow a little, you know? Because they were literally just kind of nigh on the same for most of Ryza 1, and they were certainly the same in Ryza 2 because they were they're background characters. They weren't playable. Let's go to the caravan once we're ready. I expect there will be Felucia. We should approach this perfectly prepared. It's Atelier. What's the matter, sis? We're gathering more and more people, and this place is starting to feel a little cramped. Dion, Paddy, Empel, Lilla. It's definitely getting a lot livelier here. Why don't we expand this Atelier? Look, over there. Oh, right, that's what this patch of land's for. Yeah, I see. Look at those two over there. They seem to be having fun when thinking about things. I really understand how they feel. Okay, let's think about building an extension. You could expand ateliers you build, such as expansion to give you new effects and boost priority effects. Repeatedly expanding an atelier would increase its level, enhance its functionality, yada yada. Increase SB, increase SB. Adds a fucking... what? Adds ingredient. Easier to find ingredients for super traits. That would be good for the trophy. Can you have all of these extensions separately? Or is it like just you pick one? I need to make more yellow neutralizers. Was like, no, not again! He's like, no, not again! Time to put an extension, boss. What? But we just finished. We're going to get to see the gang like sitting around and chilling again, so that'll be fun. Yeah, look at Tao and Patricia on the side. That's adorable. Claudia looking at Ryza instead of the actual extension. Where's the extension? Where is it? Is it that on the top? Oh, this is. Special items to shops. That would be nice. We have a problem. Fucking polishing powder. Ugh, let's build rooms instead then. Feels like we've been low on polishing powder for most of the game. I'm pretty sure I should try and get on top of that. Okay, I guess it's because it's on the inside. Can we just make the other one? Yeah, I'm gonna get this on the inside. Right, let's go make some more polishing powder. I don't need this. Maybe I should throw it away. What are you doing, Frederica? Just getting ready. This is my first time going to the underworld, and so it is so different that I thought I needed to. Yeah, I found it confusing at first too. It's a completely different world, although there are some similarities. I've hardly ever left Sardonica, so much is such a different place makes me anxious. Will we make it home safely? If we don't go back right away, will we be able to live here? Or will we eat? Is there an escape route? Oh no, you don't have to worry so much. I've been to the underworld many times. And besides, Carla and the Oran people live here, so nothing that bad is going to happen. I just want to make sure that everything is safe, to make me feel better. Well, I guess I understand how you feel, Frederica. Besides, I sometimes think that you guys are too careless, Miss Ryza. What? I wonder. Never been told that before, so you took me by surprise. I wouldn't say that it's all the time, but sometimes you do seem overly optimistic. Frederica does seem to have a very serious person. Maybe I should try and be more serious too. Whoa! What in the world are those? Get away from them! Ryza, they're dangerous! Oh! Don't worry, they're not monsters. There are ancient tools I got from Empel. What, then there's a new buddy here. But yeah, we got lamb roast. Ancient tools? They look like monsters. What are they used for? First, we have super sturdy weasel roast, which tests the power of your tools and the sharpness of your weapons. This one is lamb roast, which has different settings of strength. And now for the debut of the devil roast, it has the ability to turn weasel and lamb into a particular enemy. Oh, that's kind of cool. Particular enemy, such as an enemy you fought at least once, puny, dragons, you name it. Oh wow! That means we can train against the most challenging foes anytime we want. Let's give it a whirl, shall we? Lamb roast, show me the most powerful enemy I've ever fought. Yeah, don't use any outlet. Go outside. Outside. You can challenge one of the roasts by talking to it. One of the roasts. That's just funny. All right, there's my fatal drive trophy sorted then. And other monsters. Various rewards depending on what performance against the roast. You can receive one reward at a time. But you also earn gems to continue amount of damage you inflict. Fight hard and earn all the rewards. I like that, like, Weasel Roast and the Puny are like our most loyal servants. Like, they've never left us. Oh, this is a cute little extension. This is starting to feel more like Ferris's Atelier. You know how like Ferris's was like several rooms. It wasn't just the actual like cauldron itself. I need to start seeing if there's anything that says Delphi Rose like, on the extras. Science Silk. Yeah, that's the hammer stuff. So it might be something we have to make. There were rainbow neutralizers. Yeah, we only got one yellow. I'll make more of that in a sec. Hermit Ornament. Fairy Elixir. Oh, we got the spider hug, so we can make that. Good to fucking know. We need polishing powder, we'll make that quick. Can you make two at a time? Ugh. Ugh. It's disgusting. So do we have a key that will expand how many we get? We do. Yes, get that one on. Just so we can try and make a bit more. Even if we don't get the other benefits, like... There we go, let's go get our last expansion. I assume these expansions are separate per Atelier, so if I go to the other islands, I'd have to do those ones again. Like, I'd have to, like, build all those ones extensions. Actually, no, let's use the shit one first. Actually, could I just do, flip quality and just do the low quality shit for all of this? Trophy unlocked. Another hideout. Expanded an Atelier to its max size. Yeah, we don't need to see this animation again. Ooh! We need 15k. We need to get 15k total damage. Hey, buddy. Because then we can do Towel Quest. Actually, no. I'll wait until we need to use an item. I appreciate that it tells you how many turns are remaining in the corner. Because usually it would only tell you how many turns are remaining when it took its turn. Whereas now it just sits in the corner, so you always know how many turns you got left. That's a nice quality of life. Alright, we got the Delphi Rose. Alright, we're in business. God damn, 3,000 damage on its own. How many rewards are we going to get out of this? The extra fatal drives, if I don't do them on the playthrough, I've got my free ticket to get them here. I'll just fight this thing, you know? Because the only characters we're missing is Empor and Carla. And Carla hasn't joined the party yet, so we can't get her. Alright, so what's the bet? How much damage do you think we'll get before we run out of turns at the rate we're going? Do you think we'll hit 100k? Do you think we'll hit 200k? Like, how are we feeling?
功して。できた。使います。そりゃさあ決めます。敵を呼び寄せればでおしまい。はあ飛んでけ。受け止めてみるか。
At least we're gonna hit 69,000 at least. Thanks to our little Virgil Jr. here.
わかりました。ライザさん。いいかな。これでだ。そこよ。風と私で切り裂く。どれにしようかな。
Stacking over Angelica. We'll go check out the Cave Insanity after we've done this. Deal with the Felucia there, and then when we come back... Oh, so we've got the sides, like there's some like character quests and things to do as well. We'll check them out. But then after the Cave Insanity, it'll probably be a good time to wrap. So that'll be like, what? This world quest as well, finishing up this, then doing the Cave Insanity. That's a good 20-25 minutes yet, I think. Especially with how long we're keeping this guy going. Like, one turn remaining. We might be just short of 100k damage. Actually, I think we will make it to 100k, just about. Yeah, absolutely, because this will easily do. Yeah, we are. This poor thing is just like, hey, I just came in to be a punching bag. What do you mean 100k damage? What the fuck are you talking about? I think we're about done. Will we hit 125k at least? Oh, probably not. Unless this last one does like... close? Not close enough. Oh, okay, the explosion got us super fucking close. Oh, meanwhile, he's like, hey, you want 125k? I'm gonna fucking try. We're really trying to get you there. Why is Lila's health so low? How much health has she been sacrificing for this? Oh, we got 125k. Oh, we broke it again. We've been keeping it sitting on 1 turn remaining for ages. But with the Delphi Rose, we can then continue Towel Stain.
どれにしようかな。せーの、任せよ。決めます。冷たいのがいいかな。抜刀術の極致を。
And if we have one, I can then look it in the guide of if it's a pickup or a craft. If it's a craft, then I need to find out where it is. Well, if it's a pickup, I'm less fast. It'll just be, well, we haven't stumbled into it yet. It might be that we need to level up our sickle first. Which, to be fair, I do need to get on. I need to see if I can upgrade the remainder of my equipment.
どれにしようかな。いっけー。まだまだだぞ。そこよ。始めるよ。大盤振る舞いよ。
That'll do. We've hit 150k. Let's let this end. Yeah, it's like, stop! Stop! Yep. Holy shit, it self-destructs! Thousand coal, uni, 20,000 gems, sapling branch, 1,000 coal. There's our Delphi Rose, 20 gold coins, 50k gems. I'm gonna do a few things the next few days. No worries. Iron Punable, Red King Apple, 10k gems, 3,000 coal, a Coral Saber, Torn, 10 gold coins, a Nepheline, Shell Pole, 30k gems. There's more money, gems, and a new tree. So that's one we didn't get far on at all. Combo chain. Easy trophy stack in, face can be decided. Oh, fair enough. Ooh. Take it easy with those sweets. That's outrageous, I've barely eaten them. Oh, did you think you could fool my eyes, Empel? Or do you want me to count up the exact amount that you've eaten? Well, you've got me, Lilla. I mean, I rise in the corner like, guys, Mum and Dad are fighting. Sure. Not hearing enough. Oh, don't worry, dude. That guy's hopeless. He's like a child, isn't he, to get his way all the time. That's typical of Empel. By the way, it just occurred to me. You were talking about fooling your eyes, but you have different eye colors. Very mysterious. That doesn't read right, Ryza. You have different eye colors, very mysterious. Really? I don't usually look at my own eyes, so I don't think much of it. Well, if you say so. This eye color is apparently specific to the Orin. You look at these eyes and you know that I'm an Orin. Yeah, you forgot a comma, yeah. That's true. Everyone I've met was that way. They were a little hidden, so it was hard to see. There were also those who don't mind having them exposed. The Orin aren't very good at dealing with people, so they tend to get in trouble if they're around humans. So I usually try not to show my eyes too much. Speaking of which, I heard stories from you and Empel about the time before you met me. Seems like you guys have caused all kinds of troubles out everywhere, so you can never be too careful. Don't get me wrong, it's usually Empel's doing, not me. I feel like it goes both ways. So I want to Sugo's Ryza crossover. I saw someone saying, like a Reddit thread the other day talking about, like, how would it work if there was, like, another, like, major Atelier crossover game. Like, how would Ryza be around a lot of the other protagonists, considering how she is compared to the rest? Like, where she's a lot less focused on her alchemy compared to the rest. Or compared to a lot of the rest. Right, now we have one. You pick it up at the shrine in the garden. I'm gonna add it to the list so we can actually know to look for it. Empel, for fuck's sake. Yeah, she's too almost like proud. Actually, now we know where they're supposed to be. Can we try and find our own quick? That'd be nice.
4年前ここで一晩明かしたことがある。まあ眠れたからいい場所に違いない。魔物がいるがどうする？
It might be a level 3 sickle, actually. Thinking about it. I still want to poke around and see if I can find it. Take that. On one hand, I love and understand and self-respect. It's also a matter of, like, to be fair, like, broadening it out a little bit. Something we don't really talk or think about that much with the Orin is that they live for hundreds of years. It's probably very difficult for them to fall in love with a human, knowing for a fucking fact they're gonna outlive them and then some. You know? So that might also be a part of it. Maybe she does have feelings, but she doesn't want that commitment because she knows he will die before she does. That's just me theorizing, though, but that's like, it's part of the reason why it's like, I really want Boss and Kilo to work out their shit and like maybe get together, but at the same time, I'm like, that could be hard for Kilo. Because it's, once again, knowing that it's someone that's not going to live. That's not going to, like, be with you your whole life. They're going to die before you do. Yeah, don't spoil anything. Alright, I'm not finding any Delphi Roses here. Let's go back to the Atelier. I got distracted. I'm starting to get sleepy. My eyes are getting tired too. There are people too. Yeah, I mean, I get that. Because you never know if you'll be the one that'll last longer if you do fall in love and whatnot. But you don't worry about that, you make the most of the time you have. But the difference is, it's one thing when like you're both going to potentially live to at your 80s, even if there's an age gap, one will still be different. It's a whole nother thing when you're from a race of beings that could live for like 1,000 years. And they might already be several hundred years old, and they've seen everything the dawn of time. And then suddenly some 20-year-old falls in love with them. You know? Like, you'd be sitting there like, I've been through so much loss, this is another person that I will just lose. You know? Like, that's hard for that commitment. At least I imagine, in fantasy plan. You can plan ahead in Kilo's case. I mean, yeah, true. Anyway, there's something wrong with being focused, but a good alchemist is able to care about their own physical condition while synthesizing. The more tired you get, the more mistakes you make. The smallest mistake can be fatal in alchemy. Seems you already have experience with this. Ouch! Well, sure. However, looking back, all the alchemists around me also immersed in their research, working tirelessly without sleep. Working without sleep isn't just a metaphor, but when you're concentrated, you can actually synthesize for hours without sleep. That was Akito's case. Yeah, I know, I was just making an example. I was trying to dig dive why in Lila's case why she doesn't talk to Empel, and it might be because of that sense, that mindset. About sleep. You do know I sleep every day, right? Well, even so, those around me were only able to do 2 all-nighters at most. When you say those around you, weren't you the same? I could keep synthesizing for 4 to 5 days. 4 to 5 days? That's absolutely crazy. Wouldn't that put your life in danger? You're surprised by this. You'll be blown away when you hear about Lila and the Orin. You'll be even more blown away when you hear about how Sophie used to, like... I'd get caught away in alchemy in, like, 2 weeks would fucking pass. Who's Sophie? Don't worry about it. Well, still. What do you mean? From what I've heard, the Orin have similar abilities to wild herbivores. In other words, they're fine without having to deliberately going to sleep, so they can get up and move if anything were to happen. That's impressive, but you probably wouldn't feel rested anyway. I don't envy them at all. Well, I feel the same way. It might be a nice ability, but I don't want it that much. Besides, you're not Lauren. I've only done an all-nighter a couple times in my life, and I don't do them now because I get to like 9 PM and I'm already fucking tired, so... I've gone into like old man syndrome super fucking early in life. Like, I get tired so fucking early in the evening. The sun goes down, I'm like, oh, bed's approaching. Well, think about your own physical condition. Working without sleep is no good for your body. Don't push yourself too much and get some rest. 6 hours sleep in 3 days. Oof. Well, 2 hours a night is bare minimum for survival. It's not healthy survival, but it's bare minimum for survival. Yeah, but in the end, yeah, I bet you did. I wonder if Empire's special training about to keep emphasizing for 4 to 5 days.
門をくぐった先が異世界なんて今でも信じられません。どこに入れよう。マテリアル感解放。
Do I not have any green flowers? Okay, I was about to fucking say. I was like, what?
入れる場所は
Well, yeah, because your whole body's shutting down. I'm not surprised that you felt that you were shaking or nauseating. Oh, that's a recipe. We don't need that. We're making a rose perfume. Oh, Tao, I've got something for your girlfriend. Here you are, my dude. So this is the rose perfume. Yes, I remember this scent. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're happy, but perfume, Tao. Did you finally start caring about dressing up and stuff? No? I saw it the other day. The bugs were running away from Paddy. I was thinking about why, and I realized it might be perfume. The bugs are such a pain. It wouldn't bother me any longer, though. Oh, so the perfume is just a bug deterrent to Tao. Paddy probably had it on for a different reason, but I'll keep quiet about that. Yeah, she's probably... Paddy was probably like, oh, Tao seems to think this smells nice. Puts on 10 ton of it. Tao, do I smell nice? Oh, it seems to be very good at getting bugs to go away from you. What the fuck? It's almost fucking comical how, like, blind Tao is. Like, just fucking... I just want to, like, smack him upside the head. Just, like, not to be mean, but just to kind of, like, get my point across. It's like, hey, idiot. You know? Don't get quiet about that, yeah. Just, like, wallop him upside the head and go, oi, idiot. She's wearing it for you. Some juice, yeah. And we've still got the depiction of the devil. I'll just look that up as well, actually, off screen. I've been meaning to the past few streams, but keep forgetting. There's a few things I want to try and do off stream when we're done today. Like, I want to get my sickle and hammer to level 3, so we're all like caught up on that. Even if they're not the best quality, if we can get it to that level, that'd be perfect. Synthesis recipe. Yeah, but I want to find out what it is. Just kind of get a move on and get that done, because it's just been sitting there for forever. It's annoying when I'm looking for my Atelier, the first thing I always see are these quest markers. You know? I don't know if that's just a me problem, but it just bugs the crap out of me. It's a link morph recipe. Oh, that sounds about right. Well, what happened? Are you alright? Yes, a dangerous Volusia is wandering about. I managed to defeat it, but I dropped my guard for a moment and delivered a serious blow. Are you hurt? Don't worry, I'll be fine after a short rest. Resting alone won't heal your wounds. Have some medicine would be best, wouldn't it? You overreact, but you're right, it couldn't hurt. Would you mind? Yeah, I've been doing that most of the game. Don't worry about that, dude. Because if you warp to it manually, you only warp at the door, you don't warp inside. Oh, 200 SP, sure. It's only if I need to actually do something in the vicinity of it, I use it as a warp point and not go to the Atelier. I do appreciate that all of them are near warps though, so if you need to be in the area of it, you don't have to like warp into the Atelier then leave, you can just walk to the area. Like that was a nice like bit of foresight to just make it so it's less annoying. Especially if you're playing on Switch, where I imagine this game takes way longer to load. It would be really annoying if you had to load to the Atelier and then load the outside from that, you know? I say that, I haven't looked in if the Switch version is alright or if it's a bit buggy. Not buggy, but slower. But I know the PC version had a couple problems at launch, but what's new there? PC versions.
一匹やっつけた。さすがですね、ライザさん。それならイカズチと共に行くがいい。
相手の懐に突っ込む。
今なら鍵が作れるかも。
Of course we're not done. I was say, are we done? Well, there's another wave. So hey, you want that 200 SP? You gotta fucking earn it, bitch.
一緒に戦おう。私たちの勝ちだね。皆さんの力になれるよ。
Starting to feel a bit more Atelier though if I'm just now item spamming. You know, it's starting to feel a smidge more like Atelier. I think that's what I'm most curious about when the Atelier Marine remake comes out. How item heavy that game will be. Because from what I've seen, it's more focused about like you hire bodyguards and you have like temporary teammates that help you out in certain situations. Because Marie herself's like frail as fuck. And to be fair, that tracks because I remember Sophie being kind of frail in Sophie 1. So I imagine it's just kind of a thing for like a lot of the earlier Ateliers that the actual protag's kind of frail, and it's just who you get as your supports to help make the difference. And obviously, like I said, item reliance. Corey was my saving grace in Sophie 1 with her being able to just dupe items on the spot. Awesome. I've never seen such a huge tree. Super impressive. It's a monster tree. Monster? Oh, don't exaggerate. This type of tree is not that rare. Seriously? Trees of this size? Not many grow to this size, but it's not that surprising. In my hometown, children enjoy climbing these trees, and adults often use them for training. Training? These trees? Yes, they train on top of slippery branches. It's perfect for training balance. Wow, I want to try that too. Hey, stop it, Dion. It's obviously dangerous. Yes, you're right. Besides, this tree is contaminated. If someone climbs it, it may break. Let's have a look at it a little closer. Oh, we got a quest out of it as well to try and fix the tree. Oh, anything here? Or is it just like, hey, look at all this shit you can break? Thanks, Mr. Squirrel. And off it runs. And despawns, okay. I need to make more keys, god damn it. What's the point of all this being on the map? For fuck's sake. I'll say that looks like it could be a map space. That might be like a temporary area or something. Bruh. Oh, let's see what's the deal with the tree. I was thinking the Felucia are really nasty, contaminating a big tree like this. Yes, somehow they contaminated even this tree. It can fall over at any time. The one in my hometown too. Probably not there anymore. I used to like it so much. Lila. Huh? What is it, sis? That branch from the big tree, right? Looks like it broke off moments ago. What? The inside of the branch is not contaminated. What? Really? Yeah. Oh, because it's many times bigger than the other trees. It naturally has more vitality too. That means this tree hasn't been fully contaminated. It still has no risk of falling over. I hope you're right. Absolutely. The tree in your hometown must also be fine, Lila. Yes, I hope so. Lila's also showing more vulnerability in this game that I appreciate. Because she was concerned for the tree in her hometown and feeling nostalgic over it. But the moment she was told there's actually a chance, she jumped on it. Like, she's showing more vulnerability in this. She's not just being this cold, calculating person like she was in 1 and 2. Like, they're actually giving Lila more of a character. She's not just Boob Woman, who has all the backstory. Has all the lore, sorry. Man, I hope in the next Atelier game, they make this more consistent. They make the slide more consistent. Being too steep to slide feels like it goes against the whole point of the slide. Ooh, Rotwood. Oh, we are in the underworld. Of course we're going to get Rotwood. There's a person. Oh, I mean, yeah, but it was all we ever saw of her is what I was getting at in Ryza 1 and 2. Whilst now we're actually starting to see, like, she trusts us. So she's more prepared to show that side of her, to be slightly more vulnerable. I don't want to fight these guys, really. I wanted to just explore. Fuck, god damn it. Bye. It's always to check these corners. Check those corners! Speaking of, Modern Warfare 3 Remastered still hasn't been announced and or is out, despite the fact it's been finished for like nearly 9 months now. What are they waiting for? Well, I say that, we are when we break into May, that's usually when whatever next year's Call of Duty will be announced, so they might announce it then. Add myself to another point. Yeah, no worries. I get what you mean, though, don't worry, dude. Where are you leading me, my friend? Also, what's above us if I'm seeing, like, ladders and campfires? Oh, right, yeah, the mountain curves. What medicine does that one need? A nectar above 90. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, okay. Not in fear. Yeah. Well, yeah, considering how long Lilla's been around as well, she's probably felt betrayed or let down or just had troubles one way or another enough times that she is a bit more reserved. And especially when, like, we first met, let's be real, it was just a bunch of immature kids running up and going, teach me shit, teach me shit. Of course, she wasn't going to be too keen on trusting us with everything. Whilst now they're all mature adults, then she's more prepared to be more honest because she trusts them. She knows they're not going to, like, disrespect or, like, fail to acknowledge or whatever, you know? That's my still struggle. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I have it. I mean, fuck, I was abused by one of my exes for 2 years straight, for fuck's sake. I get it. I get the fear of intimacy, because I'm scared of it'll be a false intimacy that will cause just more pain than it's worth. Still take the risk. And still would again, for the chance, but I get it. My problem is, like, I guess I'm similar to Tao in that sense. I'm very much will always assume no amount of kindness is romantic kindness. Like, if you're really buddy-buddy with me, I'll assume you're just a buddy-buddy, you know? And I know, like, there's a friend of mine at work who at one point got really annoyed at me because she was adamant that this one girl liked me, and I just was like, no, we're just good friends. He's like, no, dude, she goes out of her way to hug you. She doesn't hug people. It's like, yeah, it's because we're good friends. You went, no, you idiot. Yeah, I get it. I was just like, I don't like going into detail of it, not because I'm not comfortable with it, but because I don't want to make people watching uncomfortable. As I've said before, I always want my streams to be a safe space for anyone who comes in. So there's just some stuff I don't talk about no matter what. But like, for me, it was just like, I had an ex that for 2 years of my life severely abused me in most conceivable ways. And so it did kind of just knock me down a peg in life. And make me more reserved and cautious towards a lot of things later on. Salty. It's not about being hinting or subtlety about it, though. It's just I don't like making people uncomfortable about it. Nah, it's cool, dude. So we're gonna do these quests and wrap up anyway, so it's good timing to just kind of like chat. You guys, you're the humans that came through the Dragon's Passage, aren't you? That's us, but what is with this gate? Beyond this gate lies a ruin that is precious to the Wave Tuna clan. But it was devastating to battle the people of the Age of God in overrun with Felucia. You're hugging you. Oh, no, that wasn't hint and subtlety. She was kind of shy. So, I wasn't hint and subtlety like she was trying to make me say the first thing. It was just that she didn't really know how to, like, get across what she wanted to get across. But she just kind of gravitated to me. And we're still good buddies. The thing is that, like, As I say that, it's still technically ongoing to an extent. The only thing is that I haven't said anything because I know she's going through a lot of shit at home, and I'm not going to go into it because it's not my place to. And the last thing I want to do is suddenly be like, hey, romantic partner that you like, someone else you to care and worry about. Like, you know, I don't want to suddenly put that on her. Like, once like everything's sorted out for her and like she's okay, I'll ask her out for like a lunch date, like a proper romantic date, just like a friendly lunch date sort of thing, you know, and just take it from there. Because I don't drink, so there will never be like oh yeah, I'll take you to the pub, because I think that's the most unromantic fucking thing ever anyway. That's no, that's not how you make a good first impression. Now the Felicia have grown, evolved, and multiplied. They've made it their nest. Experiences. I don't want to go into detail because I don't want to like I can't like just suddenly start giving away things of this life or whatever and all that shit. It's more like, from my analysis, it really much seems like she needs to kind of like find her footing of whatever's going on with her life first before she worries about anything else, which is why I'm taking that step back. Like, we're still like buddies. Every time we see at work, I still get a big hug off her. She still always goes, "Oh, how you doing?" and whatnot, and everything else. It's just, I don't push my luck. I'm just buddy on her. I make sure she's okay and always like chat with her. Yeah, kinda. That's probably the closest example. So I don't want to give details. I don't want to like. It's not my place to say anything, you know. It's horrible. From what I've heard, you've experienced with slaying kings. Fucking, I have a habit of slaying kings. That's a fucking line that Ryza would wear. It's like, yes, I am a king slayer. That's to ask. Would you say the king of the Felucia lurking in the ruins? Wasn't the king of the Felucia the final boss of Ryza 2? Man, that's a demotion and a half. Make them all out immediately, but the king gone, it'll take out the stragglers. Now, I am a lot more. It's not the matter of like making them make the first move. No, it's not that at all. It's more just I want to be their friend, and if something works out, so be it. Like we talked about it before. I just want to give love. I don't, you know. So I just want to be their friend. If I can be their supportive friend that they can lean on and get a hug out of, that's perfect for me. If anything happens beyond that, whatever, you know. If it doesn't, oh well, I've got a really cool new friend now. You know, that's all. That's how I look at it. That's just me. And of the precious place back to my thanks, but the ruins are dangerous. Come back right away if you can't make it. Oh, so we can access this area, but only if we fight the king thing. Then I guess we know what we're doing next time, because I kind of want to wrap up. Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sitting comfortably. You know when you get hungry, you're not like hungry starving, but you're hungry enough that you keeps on crossing your mind, so you keep on like just wanting to go get food, but because you want to get food, you just can't sit still. That's been me for like the past 20 minutes. Yeah. There are some people that I have been very close with and had to support. But even during college, when I was going through all the shit there were people that, like, I know in hindsight, if I didn't step in and try to help them, it's not even worth thinking about what they would have become, you know? And that's not me trying to, like, boost myself or anything like that. It's just being real. It's like, no, they were in a horrific place. But I know, like, with this friend, it's something that she will get to. It's just something that she needs to find herself. And she's the sort of, like, she's not prideful. It's like that she's the sort of person that I know can find it herself and would be annoyed if other people tried to insert themselves in it. The obnoxious one, but the obnoxious one that carries on their back to sort themselves out. Yeah. Anywho, that was a good chat, but I do need to wrap up because I'm hungry. That was okay to boost yourself when you do something that matters. Yeah, I know what you mean, but you're something. I don't want to like big it up. It's just me. You should know me by now. But I'm gonna wrap it up here. Next time, we're gonna try and prove ourselves to Carla, but we're also gonna go deal with, you know, this Felucian king. Sorry. No, don't worry about it, dude. I enjoyed the chat. It's just I'm hungry. That's the problem. I'm just hungry. I need food. I hunger. But I digress. As always, thank you so much for watching. Whether you watch it in post or live, I always appreciate you. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It genuinely really helps this channel grow. And you can find my Twitter and Patreon in the description of every single video. We'll be back with more Ryza 3 again tomorrow. Where, like I said, we'll be taking on a Felucia King, try and do some side questing in general, and then try and prove our worth to Carla. I'm close right now. Yeah, what time is it for you now? Like negative AM? But I digress. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more. Till then, though, take care now. Peace!